Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Queens of Ponderosa, where we outfit, outgay, and outslay every single week. My name is Taylor, and I'm here with my co-host, Alicia.
Hello.
How are you doing, Alicia?
I'm doing so good.
Good.
I'm doing so good.
Good. Happy to hear that. Alicia and I just ate dinner, and we are ready to record. We're energized, so excited. As we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, this summer during the off season, we wanted to do some fun things on the pod now that Survivor 50 has ended and essentially the new era has ended, because we're now entering the open era. So for this episode and our next episode, we are going to be ranking all 50 seasons of Survivor.
Can you believe it?
Yes, it's going to be so crazy. I'm excited to talk about it. For this episode that you're currently watching, we are going to be ranking the 50th through 26th ranking seasons. And then following the following episode, we are going to be doing our 25th through first place rankings. So you're getting the bottom half of our rankings today, which may mean that all the seasons you're excited to hear our thoughts about will be in the next episode. But we want to do this justice. We want to talk about every season, and so we are going to.
You're excited to hear our thoughts about everything,
yes,
right, guys?
Absolutely. So the way that this is going to work is independently, Alicia and I both ranked all 50 seasons, and then we took our rankings and averaged them out. So the rankings that we're going to be talking about now on the pod are our average rankings together. We're not going to go through and specifically list out where we each individually ranked every season, unless there were seasons where we had a big discrepancy on. There's like some seasons that Alicia rated really high that I rated low, and vice versa. So we'll point those out because I think that could lead to some interesting discussion. But on seasons that we both thought were amazing or that we both thought were not so great, we're not going to linger too much on like where they fell in our rankings, and more of just like why they may be where they are.
Yeah, I agree. I think there weren't too many that we had some big differences on, but there definitely were some.
There's only a couple.
I'll be honest, I did not prep enough for this in time because we were like, oh yeah, we'll just throw together our rankings and then look over it. But it's actually really hard when you sit down to try and rank all of the seasons. Like even looking at just the new era, it's so hard to rank those 10 seasons now.
Yeah.
And so when you have to rank 50, and when some of them were so long ago, and the game has just changed so much, it's just like, wow, it makes it really tricky, but it was fun. Yeah. And it made me want to do, and I know you would agreed with this too, like watch all of them again and actually like create some form of criteria or just really deep dive and get into the nitty gritty of like, where would each season truly land? Yeah, definitely. I think it would be fun. I'd be super down to do that because I felt the same. Some of these seasons I've only seen one time. Yeah. Most seasons I've seen at least 2, if not more times. But there's a handful that I only have seen them once. And so it was kind of hard to be like, like, where would I watch them? Especially because some of these seasons I watched for the first time when I was like 9 or 10. Like, super young. So, yeah, I think that Alicia and I both ran into the thing where, like, our very top seasons were pretty clear. Our very bottom seasons were very clear. Pretty clear. And then the middle, like, 26 through 39. They're hard. Like, they get hard. Yeah, it was kind of challenging. So, and I think for me, like, where you watched them all a long time ago, since you've been watching forever, for me, it's like I didn't start watching until 2017. Yeah. And so I binged a lot of this. Yes. And so sometimes when you binge it, it's like they all blur together. And I mean, even, I don't know, even watching them live, sometimes they can all blur together. But because I've just been watching them so fast, like going through all of it, it's like, wait, whoa, what was what season and what? So anyway, there are some of these. When I looked at my own ranking and we were going over this, I was like, did I really put that there? Did I put that there? Like we needed to like talk some about. So anyway, we're excited to share it with you. And of course you can disagree with anything you want to, but this is our podcast and we have the mic. Yes, absolutely. And if you want to say something, start your own podcast. I was going to say, we would love to hear in the comments. I actually would. Your thoughts on our rankings and like where you maybe agree, disagree, because another thing that you brought up, like putting together criteria, like how do you really come up with like objective criteria? Because some people
are going to really love certain things in Survivor, and some people are not. Like, there's people that probably get really, really excited at the idea of seasons that allow people that are voted out to return into the game. And I don't necessarily feel that way.
I don't feel that way either.
A little bit more on the side of like, I think fewer twists is better. Yeah, that's me.
Same.
So again, our criteria, it doesn't mean that this is the definitive ranking. This is just our opinion. You are free to agree or disagree with it, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, totally fine. What was your loose criteria? Just sharing with...
My loose criteria, I put a couple of like prompts for myself when I was going through and ranking things. What I said, I had like 8 points, or I guess like 8 like elements. So I said the cast. Is the cast memorable or forgettable? Is it like an ensemble cast where you're like really interested in everybody, or is it like only a couple of stars are shining? The story. This may sound like a little bit pretentious, but like, what's the story of the season? Is there like a narrative that you can get really excited about? Does it say something about the human condition beyond people will do anything for $1 million? The next thing I wrote was the edit. I think that really good seasons of Survivor are edited really well. I think that's what makes a good season, is knowing what to feature, knowing who to feature when. The next thing I talked about the winner, because the winner is like one of the takeaways of the season, is like who walks away with it all. There's really, really good seasons that have winners that maybe didn't play the strongest of games. And then there's seasons that are not so great that had really, really dominant winners. So that can kind of affect the rankings. Then I talked about challenges. One thing that we talked about in the 50 analysis we did last week is that Survivor challenges have gotten very rote and repetitive. So I think that challenges play a role in how exciting or memorable the season can be, because it just like adds more variety and maybe more excitement.
Yeah.
Next, I said the theme. So themes weren't super common in early Survivor, and then they are no longer happening in the new era either. Non-existent. But like starting in the 20s, basically all the way through the 30s, almost every season had some kind of theme, even if it was a loose theme. And I think that themes are usually good.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think because it makes the editing more compelling. It makes the stories more compelling when you can like tie it into a theme. So
the last 2 I had are twists, because twists can be fun. I don't want to say I'm anti-twist. Some of the greatest elements of Survivor started out as twists, like hidden immunity idols.
Yeah.
That's a twist. Tribe swaps were a twist. And those things I think are excellent for the game.
Great.
So what were the twists? How were they implemented? Did they benefit the season, the story, the players, whatever it is? And then finally, I talked about the gameplay. Is the gameplay strong, weak? Are there combos of both? Are there exciting moves, influential moves, all-timer moves? I think you'll see when we go through our list and you see the seasons that are up there. I think a pretty common element is that it's not necessarily that everybody's playing an excellent game all around, but that there's really good and exciting gameplay that's happening. And that's what makes it fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I was just typing out your criteria as I was listening, and there's a couple things. Well, pretty much all of those things I used as well in my ranking. And then I also added just like memorable moments of like the big iconic moments. Even if we look at 48, for example, it's like
the Joe and Eva thing.
The Joe and Eva thing is just something that like transcends the game, and it's just like an iconic, cool moment. Yeah. It's like a really, really awesome moment.
Yeah.
And then one that popped up on my feed again recently that just makes me like laugh was in Africa with like Tom.
He's a Jew and he won't eat the ham.
He's like, I can eat all the pork. Like, and Ethan's just laughing. He's like, he's a Jew. He's a Jew. It's so fun. And they're just like laughing and having such a fun moment.
Different times, man.
Yeah. And it's just like, there are so many cool moments. And then also just tying into the cast and the story, but just relationships that come from the game. If we want to talk about like Jerry and Colby and Rob and Amber and like the Black Widow Brigade. And that bleeds into like strategy, gameplay, storytelling, and the cast. But then also something else that I threw into my criteria is how likely, no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like if I would want to rewatch it again or not.
Ooh, rewatchability is a great factor.
Yeah.
That's something that I really didn't even think about. I think that's super important.
When I got stuck on a couple seasons, I'm like, should this season be above that one or below that one?
It's like, what would I rather rewatch?
What would I rather watch?
Oh, that's so good. I really didn't even think about that. But I think that if you look at the seasons that we rated pretty highly, I think rewatchability is going to be a big factor.
I think it will too.
They'll be fun to watch again.
I agree.
Oh, that's a great piece of criteria.
Sorry, my sister is calling me right now, so I'm like, you gotta call me back.
We are busy.
We are busy, girl. We're talking about Survivor.
We are.
Yeah. So other than that, that's my criteria was pretty much the same.
Okay.
So super exciting. Love it. I'm not doing whatever I want on my laptop. I have the list just in front of me so we can chat about it.
Yes.
Do we want to start off with 50?
Yeah, we have to start at the very bottom and talk about it. So the season that I'll say Alicia and I both put this season in last place. So this is a unanimous decision. No averaging was needed. The 50th ranking season of Survivor is Island of the Idols, season 39. Wah, wah, wah. Alicia, tell us about season 39.
That season sucks. I didn't like pretty much anything about that season, but we'll start off with the cast, one of the criteria. This cast was very, very, one, like, forgettable for the most part, two, unlikable as hell. Very unlikable for me, especially Elizabeth and Missy. They were so disgusting to me. Tommy and Dean, it's like whatever. I really loved Janet.
Oh, I was gonna say this season,
and I loved Elaine.
Yeah, this season, for reasons that we don't have to like get super into, is kind of gross.
Yeah. We should get into it a little bit because that's the biggest reason I didn't like it.
Yeah. So. And I'll start off by saying some positive things because if it wasn't for, I mean, it's kind of silly to say it like this, but like if it wasn't for the really gross shit that happened, I think this season honestly could have been really fierce because number one, the pre-merge of Island of the Idols is kind of crazy. I don't know if you
I don't remember it that much.
Rewatched it. There's some really fun, exciting gameplay happening in the pre-merge.
Really?
Oh yeah, very unpredictable pre-merge. Really fun. I actually think the cast is pretty solid.
I did not like them very much.
Oh, I'm not necessarily saying likable, but I'm saying like the cast that you've put together, like there's some personalities here. You've got Elaine, you've got Janet, you've got Kelly, you've got Dean, you've got Karishma, you've got...
Karishma is great. Jamal...
Yeah, Jamal. Cool. Like there's a pretty Nora. Nora's a great character.
Hilarious.
Like there's some highlights. Lauren Beck.
Lauren Beck. Nora was like the Carolyn before her time.
Yeah, literally.
Like she was really bonkers but not everyone loved her.
Yeah. This season also featured a twist where Rob and Sandra were out there with the players on a separate island. And it was called the Island of the Idols. And roughly once an episode, maybe a little bit less frequently, players would go to the Island of Idols and receive like a mission from Rob and Sandra. And if they complete the mission or the task, they get an advantage, sometimes an idol, sometimes some kind of advantage. And then Rob and Sandra would sit in on the tribal councils and provide like whispered commentary. Kind of fun. Don't really think that it impacted the game super significantly, and they mostly were just out there because they were also about to play Winners at War.
Yeah. I think this twist was like such a big flop for me, where it's like, oh, the Island of the Idols, and it tried to be like really cool where they go out to this island and there are these two ginormous statues of like Rob and Sandra, and it's like a fun, cool idea.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yes. Continuing positives, I would say that across the board, I actually think there's some pretty strong gameplay here. Regardless of how we feel about the likability of the players, I think there's a lot of people that were playing well, playing hard, and playing to win. I think a lot of people were really trying, which is exciting, because sometimes you get seasons where people, it seems like nobody's really trying or putting in any effort. Tommy, pretty uneventful as a winner, pretty normal personality, but plays extremely well. Like when we rank our winners, I think he'll be pretty up there.
He'll be way further above where the season overall landed.
Because Tommy was basically never in trouble and ran the game pretty much the entire time. The big stain on this season, which Alicia alluded to, we can get into a little bit, is this season featured some pretty open sexual harassment, we can call it. Dan Spilo is his name, was a contestant on this season, and multiple contestants, but specifically Kelly Kim, had expressed concerns to production that he was overly touchy with them. And there's video of it. There's video of him putting his hand on like Kelly's leg, or like touching her hair, pulling her hair out of her face.
Trying to sleep next to people and snuggle with them.
And this all kind of comes to a head at the merge, where Kelly goes to Janet, who we love and who was aligned with Dan, and is like, hey, this is happening. And Janet was like, oh my God, like
I'm with you, girl.
I am with you. Like I know that it's bad for our game to vote him out because he's on our side, but let's just do it. And when they talked to some of the other women, Missy and Elizabeth included, a lot of the women are like, yes, like Dan makes me uncomfortable. We agree with you. Let's do it. And then this turns into essentially a way to blindside Kelly, who had an idol and was a big threat to win, by essentially using, I don't know if trauma is the right word because I don't want to speak for her, but using a situation where she felt deeply uncomfortable.
Well, she was like the victim of a situation.
Yeah, she was like the victim of sexual harassment. That was used to
as gameplay,
vote her out, and a lot of people were kind of nasty about it. Dan was kind of nasty about it.
Missy and Elizabeth
afterwards like really gaslight Janet into being like, we never said that. Like, I can't believe that you think that we would accuse Dan of doing this.
Well, because Janet was left out of the vote.
Yes, and she comes back to camp and is like,
what the heck?
Like, she's like, the reason I did this is because the girls told me, and I was willing to take this hit to my game. And then Missy and Elizabeth are like, we never said that.
Yeah, they
like,
gaslight
I cannot believe that we would ever, like, you never thought. So then kind of just paints a lot of the cast in a really gross light. And then Dan ends up getting removed from the game later because, according to production, he also sexually harassed a producer.
Which is when it gets serious, apparently.
And then he was ejected from the game. So really kind of just like, and he makes it deep. He gets ejected at like the final 6. So he basically makes it all the way to the finale. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5.
How do you remember that?
I don't know. I just do.
You need to be studied.
And Tommy was going to take him to the end as a goat. And so like, thank God he didn't go to the end. But even now, post season, there's still several cast members that are close with him and like defend him. So overall, just like kind of a nasty energy that like, in spite of some of the positive things I had to say about the season, it is one that I probably just will never rewatch. I'll never watch it and wouldn't recommend it to anybody because it's like, it's not even just like, oh, these are unlikable contestants. It's like, these people were gross.
Yep.
Like, this was really nasty behavior.
Yep.
And inappropriate. And production totally dropped the ball. Too little too late. Production has now implemented very intense training for contestants before the game now on like what is appropriate, what is not. making sure that like consent, like all that, like the contestants go through a lot of training because of this, which I guess is good because it can prevent future incidents. But it's like, why did we let it get so far?
Well,
that even after Kelly had multiple times had like said something to production and Dan had been warned about it and kept doing it, like why did we?
Well, and mind you, this is season 39. We're not talking season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 19.
We're not talking about All Stars, which we'll get to later, where there's another incident just like this.
Yeah.
And they had 31 seasons to learn from that mistake and obviously didn't.
No. And I think there are interesting moments where Survivor does provide like commentary on real life situations.
Yes.
And that one is just so disheartening for me, like to have a woman not be listened to or heard by people that should protect her. And it's like I've been in situations like this. And so that's where I'm just like, it doesn't matter to me how good everyone else was or how likable other people were on the season.
Yeah.
Because all of that like cast a bigger shadow over it, where it's like she wasn't protected, people weren't listening to her, and then to have two girls that should like have her back and back her up and put the game aside and be like, you don't feel comfortable, like let's address this, to have them then gaslight the sweet older woman the way that they did, I was just like, you two are disturbing. Like I just
and then
it made
Kelly,
my skin crawl.
Kelly gets like painted as a villain, not by everybody, but like by Dan.
Certainly. Yeah.
Like, she gets voted out and Dan whispers under his breath, like, yeah, like you snuff that flame. Get out of here.
Yeah. Something like so snotty.
Ew. So then it's like literally a microcosm of America.
Yeah.
Of like, no wonder women don't speak up, because look at what happens. We saw it happen on reality TV of like all these people were like, well, like, was it actually that bad? Did she lie about it?
Like, I cannot.
Yeah, it's gross. So very comfortable putting this in 50th place. Probably the one season that I guarantee you I will never watch again.
Nope, I will never watch it.
It's gross. Okay, moving forward to 49. In 49th place, we have season 5 Survivor Thailand.
Yes. Why did you have it low on there?
I think that ironically, even though it's second to last, I think that there's almost nothing memorable about this season.
That's why I have it that far down. I'm like, what happened?
And you know what's crazy too?
What?
This is so crazy because I just remembered there is actually sexual harassment drama on this season too.
Amazing.
I don't know if you remember, but there were 2 contestants named Ted and Gondia.
Okay.
And what Gondia claims happened, and I believe her.
Oh yeah, I put it in my notes.
Is that while they're sleeping one night in the shelter, Ted like humps her.
Goodbye.
And he was like, I did it in my sleep. I thought I was
remember
like,
this.
I thought it was my wife. Like I was not conscious doing it. And she was like, that made me super uncomfortable. And same thing. Everybody gets mad at Gondia and vote her out. She gets called a diva by Clay when she gets voted out. He writes on the parchment, bye Denver diva. And Jeff has to be like, who wrote this? And Clay's like, Denver diva, Gondia. And it's like, oh my God. So no what, like, that's so funny. I didn't even think about that when I put it this low, but yeah, there you go again. Just something else that's kind of nasty. And then on top of that, pretty unmemorable cast. They don't do a ton of interesting things with the location. And the winner, while Brian honestly plays a pretty strong game, especially for that early in the show's history, he's kind of a nasty person.
Yeah, he is.
Kind
of slimy.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of slimy.
What about you?
Yeah, I put it low for those same reasons. Like, not very memorable cast. Yeah, I wrote in the notes next to the season, boo, accusations of sexual harassment, nothing being done about it.
Yeah.
They were all ignored.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because then my season above that, it's kind of similar feelings with Rodney and Dan in Worlds Apart, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was just like, I mean, gameplay wasn't exciting, not very memorable, would not want to watch it again.
No.
Didn't really make an impact on Survivor for good, at least.
There's only one returnee in Sheehan,
it's like,
who I stan. I love
she's
Sheehan. She comes back for All Stars.
Let me pull her up.
I think her name is Xian Huang.
Oh yeah, Xian's great.
Love her.
Xian was so great. Yeah, she went out just before the merge.
The only other thing that I remember there's a really funny scene where they're getting ready to do the auction, and Jan is like reading off the tree mail while people are like in the water, and they can't like hear her, and then she like opens up the envelope and sees there's money inside, and she starts like freaking out about it. And I remember that scene being really funny. And then I also remember there's a very tender scene where Jan finds like a baby bat that has died, and she like buries it. And it's like Jan is like the one. She was kind of a weirdo, but in like a very sweet way.
Yeah, that's like tender.
Yeah, I liked her.
It says in Thailand trivia, it's the first cast to include an Asian American, being Xian.
Yes.
And it's the first season to not include any LGBT contestants.
So no wonder we have it so low.
Yeah. So no wonder.
Yeah.
And it's the first season to have the jury phase begin before the merge. Interesting.
They do the fake merge thing, remember?
Oh, yeah. The weird
where they're like on the beach,
out.
but they're not. And then they vote out Xian. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically.
Not too much to say about that one.
Not too much to say. And that's why it's so far to the bottom.
Yep.
So then the next one that we have is Redemption Island.
Yes. Season 22. Fondly known in online survivor circles as Redemple Temple or Redempshit Island, which I think is a pretty
apt funny
descriptor. Earlier, like a few minutes ago, I mentioned sometimes there's casts where it seems like nobody's trying, and that is this cast.
Yeah,
literally everybody that's not Boston Rob or Stephanie Valencia, and Andrea, kind of. This is Andrea Belke's first season. Yeah. By the end of the season, Andrea's kind of trying to play a little bit, but everybody else, like,
not really.
Pretty willingly just like rolls over and lets Boston Rob just completely dominate and play one of the best winning games we've ever seen. But he also played with a cast with peace and love full of idiots.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of how I feel about Kim in One World.
Oh yeah, very similar.
And the thing with Boston Rob too, it's like he needed to come back. What was this, his fourth time back or something?
This was his fourth time.
So this was his fourth time back, and then it's like, okay, now he can finally get the win.
Yes.
But it's with a cast that like
was
literally just
so bad at Survivor.
So bad at
like
Survivor.
I said, there's like maybe 3 people that tried, including him.
And I remember like, because I loved Boston Rob more early on.
Yeah.
But then I just grew so sick of him.
Yeah.
And then by this time, I'm like, okay, cool. Congrats. Like, you had to play this many times to finally get your win.
Yeah.
And, like, whatever. He did a really great job. It was, like, a very dominating game.
Yeah.
But I remember that specifically just, like, putting a bad taste in my mouth and being like, I didn't like this season. Boston Rob's annoying. I'm done with him.
Yeah.
But then when he came back on Traitors and like did so well on Traitors, I was like, okay, this is why I love Boston Rob.
Yeah.
Like, he really is so great and is such a genius. But by the time it was Redemption Island, I was sick of it. I was over it. Like, one thing I did enjoy was watching Philip. He's just like so crazy.
I was gonna say,
so out there.
Yeah, there's a couple of casting highlights.
Yeah,
here.
He's a highlight.
Yeah, Philip, like I said, Andrea Belke, who plays 2 more times, and then Francesca.
Yeah,
like.
Yeah.
Probably the most memorable first boo ever.
And Russell Hantz was in there, but then he was the second boo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the second boot of the season.
Boo. Well, he's the third voted out, but he's the second out on Redemption Island.
On Redemption Island,
yeah.
That's right.
Speaking of, the titular twist is not the first time that eliminated people could come back in the game. That was Pearl Islands. But this is the first time that there is an open twist where everybody knows about it, where when you get voted out, you go to Redemption Island and you can win your way back in. And we see a common theme emerge across all 3 seasons that feature Redemption Island. It's that basically on all 3 seasons, there's like a comp beast that stays there almost the entire game.
Just beating them all up.
Yeah, like Matt, he goes through the first phase, gets back in, and then gets sent back and goes all the way to the end and then loses the final duel.
Oh, yeah, this Matt.
And then on South Pacific, something similar happens with Christine and then Ozzy. And then on Blood versus Water, it's Laura M.
Yeah.
Basically the entire game. Mm-hmm. So.
And Winners at War, Natalie.
On Edge of Extinction, yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, not a super, honestly, great season. Like, really, really poor gameplay. Besides those casting highlights, like, the cast is pretty bleh and, like, not super likable. I'm not trying to, like, be mean to any of these people that were on it, but, like, I couldn't tell you a single thing about any of the Zapatera tribe. And then Ometepe, same thing. It's like you've got like Natalie Tenorelli, Ashley, Andrea, Philip, Grant. Like besides Andrea and Philip, like I couldn't tell you a single thing about Natalie or Ashley or Grant. Like I think Grant
I couldn't even tell you any of their
Grant
names.
was in the NFL, I think.
Good for
Natalie
him.
Tenorelli was like 19 and with Peace and Love, a dumb girl that learned her lesson at the end. Like,
oh dear.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much to say about
That's
Redemption
pretty much
Island.
it.
We can move on.
There was no sexual harassment that we were aware of.
Yeah, that we're aware of, thank God.
Which was great.
Yep.
Good news.
Next, we have season 21, Survivor Nicaragua. Mm-hmm. Nicaragua's in an interesting position because it followed, we won't spoil our rankings, but Heroes versus Villains is season 20. Nicaragua follows it. So the season that followed Heroes versus Villains was always going to have big shoes to fill because Heroes versus Villains is pretty universally beloved across the board. Mm-hmm. So I think no matter what, this season was in a way kind of set up to fail.
Yeah.
This season's twist or theme is Battle of the Ages. It was kind of like Millennials versus Gen X before Millennials versus Gen X because the two starting tribes of LaFleur and what's the old people tribe called?
The old people.
Espada. LaFleur and Espada, it's like I believe it's like the young tribe is like up to 30. Like they're all really young, and then the old tribe is like 40 and up, I think. So they do they divide them by ages at first, and then they switch the tribes, I think 4 episodes or 5 episodes in. So then the theme is no longer there. I was telling Alicia that while I recognize that I honestly like don't think this season of Survivor is that good, I weirdly kind of think that it's like a little underrated.
Yeah.
Not in a way where I think we necessarily would move it up any higher on our list, but like, I don't know maybe if I just have a soft spot for it, but I'm like, I kind of feel like Nicaragua, in spite of it being ranked 47th, is like worth a watch. I think it's kind of fun.
Tell us why.
So I actually think that the cast here has a lot of interesting people. The biggest stars of the season, I guess biggest star because she's the only person that ever returned from this season, is Brenda. I almost said Brenda Song. Brenda Lowe.
Brenda Lowe.
Plays the role of like the Black Widow Queen Bee so excellently, and then like gets dethroned very spectacularly. You've got Fabio, the winner.
She by the way was like one of my, well, Amanda was my first like Survivor woman crush.
Oh yeah.
But Brenda's a
gorgeous.
a big woman crush for me.
You've got Fabio, who is such a character.
Yeah.
You've got Nayanka, who's such a character. You've got Holly and Jane, who I like, two older women who are just so badass and who I stand. You've got Chase Rice, who ends up becoming a really big country singer after this. And one thing I'll say just in general, if we're talking eye candy.
This is the season.
If you were ranking seasons based on eye candy, both for men and women, this season is up there. Hot men and hot women everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Chase Rice on this season, so hot.
And he's beautiful.
Benry on this season, so hot. I think that Sash is good looking. I think like women, like you've got Alina and you've got Brenda and you've got Purple Kelly and you've got Eve.
Nayanka?
Yes.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
You have another iconic Kelly. First boot in Wendy Jo.
Wendy.
Who, her whole thing is that her husband made fun of her when she got cast and was like, you're going to get voted out first because you can't stop talking. And so she very intentionally tries to not talk too much.
No!
And because she doesn't talk too much, people are like, you seem like you don't want to talk. You're not interested in an alliance.
Yeah, you're
and
like
then she
shady.
gets voted out. And I just think that's funny.
That is funny. Poor thing.
So, and the other thing too is that this season has some fun challenges in it too. Are they kind of batshit crazy? Yes, like there's this season very famously features the challenge that people refer to as like the spinning wheel of a water wheel of death, where it's the challenge where they strap in 3 people onto a wheel, and gosh. 2 tribe members have to push the wheel, and the people on the wheel get dunked in water. Oh my gosh,
I remember that.
And they have to suck water into their mouth, and then when they get back to the top of the wheel, they spit the water into a tube to fill up something so that balls pop out, and then people can use them to break tiles. And I'm like, that's so batshit. But like, I love swings like that in Survivor. There's some interesting challenges. There's the one where they have to like run up the ramp and throw the ball into a net in front of a goalie, and they land in a pool, and then like Fabio pees in the pool during the challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Like they're like, listen, you're gonna make me move.
Does he just like announce like, I'm gonna pee in the pool?
Yes. He's like, let me just pee real quick. And then Jeff's like, Fabio, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing, Jeff. And then he's like, Fabio, are you peeing? And he's like, look at this water. It's so dirty. Doesn't everybody pee in the pool? And everybody's like, no,
Fabio.
We don't pee in the pool. So it's crazy. Fabio isn't a great winner because he literally just follows ass backwards into a win with peace and love. And congrats to him.
Yeah, that's great.
Hope he's doing okay. He kind of had some trouble after the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like got arrested for being like on substances like in public, and was like messing stuff up. Anyway.
Oh no, and peeing in pools.
Yeah, and peeing in pools.
Silly Fabio.
So, like kind of an all over the place season, but like I kind of live and I kind of think it's fierce.
Well, that's where I'm like, I wonder if rewatching a lot of seasons would change my mind.
Maybe. The one thing that I didn't say too that I think brings this season down for a lot of people is the double quit. Both Nayanka and Purple Kelly quit on like day like 27, like deep into the game. And and Nayanka and Kelly Purple were going to the end.
Quit. They were double quits.
And it sucks because there's people on the jury that like want to be there so bad. And Jeff is so mad. And after this season, they changed the rules so that if you quit in the jury phase, you're not on the jury.
Yeah, go home.
It worked because nobody has quit in the jury phase since. We've had some quitters since, but nobody's quit in the jury phase. So I think that brings it down. I'll also say there's a little bit of nastiness, not like crazy, but like with respect, Nayanka's a little bit nasty to some people on this season. Specifically to Kelly Bruno, who had a prosthetic leg. Oh. And Nayanka, like, for basically seemingly no reason other than she has a prosthetic leg, like, Nayanka, like, kind of bullies her and, like, says some kind of heinous stuff in confessionals about her. And the problem is that, like, I'm going to say this and I'm going to acknowledge it's not funny. It's wrong. I do not agree with this. But there's a confessional where she talks about it and it makes me laugh really hard, where she says, so they're coming back from a challenge, not this turning into the Nicaragua podcast. They're coming back from a challenge, the tribe, and Nayanka and Kelly B are on the same tribe. And one of the things they win is a basket of fruit. And in this basket of fruit, there's a clue to an idol, and they both know that it's in there because it's like sitting in there. Okay. So Nayanka's in confessional. She's like, we're walking back into camp. She has one handle, I have the other. And I know that we're both looking at each other and being like, yeah, like we're just waiting for like who does it. Then the crew doesn't even catch it because the camera's recording one thing and then they pan over and Nayanka and Kelly B are like fighting each other, brawling in the dirt to get this clue. And Nayanka, like, she doesn't like shove her, but like she basically kind of like boxes her out, pushes her out of the way and pulls the clue and then puts it in her bra and leaves. Okay. And then Nayanka has a confessional. Again, it's not funny. I don't condone it, but I'm going to quote it and it makes me laugh. Where she says, and I know that Kelly B's back at camp being like, she just pushed me out of the way. Like, I didn't even know what was going on. And I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Be a fool. I'll pull you. I'll push you so hard that damn leg will fly off. That's what she says. And that's crazy. It's crazy. It's ableist. We do not want to make fun of people that have physical impairments. It's rude. But I did laugh. I did laugh at that.
That's wild behavior.
So some kind of a little bit of nasty behavior from her. And we had mentioned a couple weeks ago that interesting Nyanka trivia is that I believe she is the lowest placing person on a season to have the most confessionals.
Wow.
And the fact that Nyanka, who quit, had the most confessionals is also probably not the best sign for this season, because it means that a lot of people were either really boring in confessionals or were just like completely irrelevant to the story, or both.
They're like, she's the most entertaining, and we still want to give her a good edit because she gave us so much content.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say about Nicaragua, because I've just been yapping and I want to make sure this is a balanced podcast episode, is great. That if there's any one person that didn't return to play Survivor that I think should have, they were never going to. Holly Hoffman on this season, I would have loved to see Holly.
She's one of the older ones, right?
On like Survivor Second Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like, I think when she played, she was like in her late 40s, so not like super old.
Yeah.
She has a great journey where at the beginning she kind of unravels mentally a little bit.
Yeah.
And then recovers. And it's like the classic Survivor thing where it's like the weak become the strong, and
Andy.
Yeah, like she dominates the game and she gets voted out in 4th place. And if she gets to the end, she wins probably unanimously.
Dang.
And I low-key stand Holly Hoffman, and I would have loved to see her on the ballot for Second Chance. She wouldn't have gotten cast. But I would have loved to see Holly Hoffman play again.
So
she was so fierce for that.
Do you think this season Nicaragua is better than Ghost Island?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. But we can leave it for now because we already did the work. But like, if we revisit this list, like,
which we should,
because I'm pretty sure this is one we'll talk about, because we had a discrepancy.
Yeah.
I ranked this season.
I ranked it at 47.
I ranked Nicaragua 42. Alicia put it at 47. So not a huge discrepancy.
Yeah.
But then when I look at our list, I'm like, do I think it's better than Ghost Island? Yes. Do I think it's better than Worlds Apart? Yes. Do I think it's better than Edge of Extinction? Yes. Do I think it's better than 43? No.
No. So it stops there.
But I think Nicaragua would move up like 3 spots to me. We can leave it for now.
And Nicaragua is one of those where it's so much older to me. Because when was Nicaragua? What season was that?
21.
Yeah. 21. Like it feels like 21. It feels so long ago.
Yeah.
That like it just blends so much, and in an era where there's like a lot of good seasons and a lot of like other things going on, it just so quickly like fell for me.
Yeah.
But then when I do look at a season like Ghost Island, which was more recent, and it really wasn't that good. So then I'm sure if I watch them like back to back, if I were to watch Nicaragua and then Ghost Island, I might be like, Ghost Island is better.
Because at the very,
I'm sorry, Nicaragua.
At the very least, and then I'll move on because we need to pick up the pace to get through this. The last thing I'll say, at the very least, Nicaragua is messy, but it's not boring. And I think a messy Survivor is more fun to watch than boring Survivor.
I agree.
And this next season that Alicia was just talking about, Ghost Island, which is ranked 46. Fest. Yes, like quite possibly the most boring season of Survivor. Dang. Like maybe only beaten by Thailand. Because even looking at this list, like Redemption Island has some stuff. Nicaragua, even Island of the Idols. We talked about the gross shit that happens, but like not boring. Definitely not dull. Ghost Island is such a snooze fest. Yikes! So boring. And is the rare season where the pre-merge is so much stronger than the post-merge.
Looking at the people that go pre-merge, I'm like, I remember these people.
Well, and there's
some good players.
There is some good gameplay that happens in that Ghost Island pre-merge. There is an episode where there is a blindside that is so fucking nuts for pre-merge that had, like, here's the thing. Wendell and Dominic completely dominate this season. Yeah. They go deep. Wendell and Dominic get blindsided in the pre-merge by these players. And that episode is like actually amazing. But then everything else about the Ghost Island is
Snooze.
So boring.
It's like that one exciting moment and then it's
I'll say
done.
the merge episode is also fun because do you remember Chris Noble? He's like the tall blonde model guy who's like delusional. Yes. He gets voted out and it's like a pretty good comeuppance. Mm-hmm. But then everything else besides that, boring.
Wendell and Dom.
Boring cast. Like the only memorable people are like Wendell, Dom, Jonathan,
Laurel.
Yeah, Laurel is kind of just memorable because of what happens at the end.
How far she goes, yeah.
And then like you could argue like maybe Kellen. But if you don't even remember Kellen, then maybe not.
I remember Kellen. She's the kind of nerdier.
Kind of annoying. Short hair girl. Yeah. I think I remember her. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I have to really scratch in my brain. Like, well, I can't remember what she did. It was very unmemorable. I don't really like Wendell. And Dominique very much. Yeah. I just like, because there are some duos in Survivor that like run the game that are so exciting. Like JT, Stephen Fishback. You think about those two, it's like, wow. Denise and Malcolm. Such a fun duo. So it's like this duo to me is just like.
Yeah. Complete flop of a twist. That honestly, I'm mad it was a complete flop because I actually think I liked it. The twist of this season is there's Ghost Island. And if you go to Ghost Island, you get the chance to reverse the curse of an advantage that was used incorrectly.
That's right. Yeah.
So they have like old idols. Like they have like the original Survivor China James idol that he got voted out with. I actually think that's a pretty fun twist.
That's a fun twist, yeah.
But it doesn't go anywhere. Like nothing interesting happens with it. Nobody really reverses the curse. Flop of a twist. It was kind of journeys before journeys. I feel like it was the first season to feature that kind of thing. Because like we had Exile Island in the past. So it's not like some other kind of island is unprecedented, but it starts to turn into like, oh, you do this thing, you get this advantage. So it was kind of like journeys before journeys.
Yeah.
Wendell and Dom tying at Final Tribal is probably like the only thing saving this season from complete obscurity because that was crazy.
That is crazy.
And then Laurel has to break the tie as the 0 vote finalist.
That is crazy.
And then the last thing I'll say about Ghost Island, just to pick up the pace, is quite possibly the hottest man to ever play Survivor is on this season.
Who?
His name is Michael. Oh, I'm not going to remember his last name because I just remember his Instagram handle.
Yerger?
Yes. Michael Yerger is quite possibly the hottest man to ever play Survivor. Like, are we joking?
Yeah, he's beautiful.
And what's crazy is that he looked like that on this season and he was 18. He's 18 on this season. So he's a child. It's like almost to the point of like, oh, like, should I feel weird?
Yeah, it's like I
thinking that he's so hot. But like, I'm not even joking when I say like, I genuinely think that he might be the single hottest man to ever play Survivor. He is so beautiful.
He is beautiful, yeah.
Boring contestant. Boring.
But gorgeous to look at.
Hot. One of the hottest men I've ever seen.
Did he have a showmance with anyone on here?
Huh. No.
Man.
He was on the bottom pretty much the entire game, but he doesn't ever
good while
he
doing
doesn't
it.
ever turn into the likable underdog like Rick Devens because I say this with respect, like he has a very chill personality.
Yeah.
He was not necessarily made for exciting TV.
Maybe just not made for the game.
Yeah.
Too.
So
but beautiful.
And the gays eat Michael Yerger up. I have so many gay friends that know who he is.
No.
Because he's so hot. Not from Survivor, though.
No.
Yes.
From what?
From being hot on Instagram.
Wow.
From being hot on Instagram. He doesn't even have Survivor in his bio.
He doesn't even need it.
Yeah. He's a model. You know what's crazy?
Go get your bag, Michael.
This outfit that I'm wearing right now.
Yes.
He modeled at Express. That's so crazy.
It is beautiful. It's a great outfit.
Yeah. I'm not saying my outfit is like stunning, gorgeous.
It is.
Like you look like Linda Evangelista, whatever.
But you see him wearing it, you're like, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, Michael Yerger, please give me a chance. That's the last thing I'll say.
Please.
Moving on to the next season.
Give him a chance.
Yes. God, he's so hot. Okay. Moving on to the next season, we have Worlds Apart. You brought this up earlier.
This is in 45th place, by the way.
Yes, ranked 45th, season 30, Worlds Apart. You had brought up some stuff about Worlds Apart earlier in the pod, so tell us about it.
Worlds Apart had 2 people that make my skin crawl. Like, there are some people on, I'm just pulling up the cast list really quick while I'm talking about this, but there are some people that you just watch on TV, or you just see them talk, or just the sound of their voice or the way that they breathe and look just makes you want to punch them. That is Rodney and Dan on this season. 2 of like the most incredibly annoying, misogynistic, stupid people ever.
Yes.
Like, I would blow up my game just to destroy them. Like, I don't even care if I win. Like, I just want them to lose.
Yeah.
They are on, and when do they get booted?
Rodney makes it to Final 4, and then I think Dan goes out in
where the heck are they?
6th or 7th.
Okay. I pulled up the wrong cast list.
Rodney for sure gets 4th place.
I was raging too much.
He makes
what number is it?
Fire. It's season 30.
There we go. Worlds Apart.
Yeah, Rodney loses in Fire to Carolyn, Mama C.
Yes.
And then I think Dan gets voted out in 6th or 7th.
I love Mama C.
Yeah.
Love Mama C. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, Rodney and Dan, I can't handle. And there are some good people on this cast. Joe, one of the most beautiful people to play Survivor, in my opinion.
Comes back to play 2 more times.
Yeah, and this is his first season.
Yep.
And this is the Worlds Apart is the blue collar, no collar, white collar.
Yeah, kind of a wild theme of like, one tribe is like white collar business people, one tribe is blue collar, like run of the mill physical labor, and then no collar is just like randos. Like, Haley's a law student, Vince is a coconut vendor, Nina is a deaf person.
Yeah, it's just like, what?
Will is like, I'm not even trying to be mean.
No, and then Joe
Will is like YouTube sensation.
Yeah,
meaning
YouTube sensation.
That he like went viral for like dancing at a gas station.
Yeah, and then Joe like just designs jewelry. It's insane.
That twist is so stupid.
Coconut.
That theme is so dumb.
Vince, coconut vendor.
What was Jeff smoking? Nina literally being like deaf person.
Yeah,
deaf advocate.
That's what qualifies you for no collar is that you're a hearing loss like advocate person. Yeah. It's just like,
and I'm not making fun. We're not making fun of hearing loss.
No.
That's what we're making fun of. We're making fun of the fact that like
this twist,
the criteria for who gets placed on what tribe, and it's like, oh, no collar, like they don't fit into any mold, and they cast Nina because she's deaf, like deaf person, which is so crazy.
It's so crazy. Like, there are some things in Survivor that you're just like, what is going on? Yeah. And again, this is season 30. Like, it's not that long ago, people.
And like, the thing is like, why was Second Chance not season 30? Like, 30 seasons.
That's by me.
And they waited. Like, oh, it's fine because it ended up being amazing, but I said
it's like, by me. Like, I don't. Yeah. No clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, the way that I loathe Dan and Rodney and the way that they treat the women on these trials, it's truly saying things like, women are so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, women do not deserve respect. Like, they are just like degrading women left and right.
Rodney has a thing where he argues early in the game with this girl, Lindsay, about like, women, like women's place and their role and like what makes women like worthy. Dan has multiple instances where he like talks down to Sierra.
Oh, he's awful to Sierra.
I remember online that alliance of, not everybody was super nasty, but that alliance of like Rodney, Dan, Sierra, Tyler, Mama C, and Will online was collectively referred to as the axis of evil. Because they were all so deeply unlikable. Mama C kind of like,
I like
breaks
Mama
out
C
of it by the end, but like, that like what Alicia's saying. Oh, I don't want to speak for you, but I think the point we're trying to make is that one of the reasons that this season is so poorly ranked is that the most unlikable people make it so
far.
There's the silver lining at the end with Mike Holloway triumphing and winning, and he was like the kind person.
Yeah.
That but like, man, the stuff like Shireen getting bullied and Will just being like so disgusting to her about like all the things that he says about her.
Yeah, we got to include Will in this
like,
conversation.
Yeah, like Will,
he's horrible
Will being
to her.
so nasty about like you know, Shireen, and like saying like nobody loves you, and like she grew up in a family where there was like domestic violence and abuse. And like Dan then being like, I know how she feels, like I'm an adopted child. And Jeff at Tribal is like, so you had a domestic violence in your family?
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
And Dan is like, I'm an adopted child, like I know how she feels. Like just like so out of touch. People are so nasty. Like even some of the people that go pre-merge aren't super likable. Like Max Dawson is kind of annoying.
I don't remember
He's
Max.
like,
oh
he
yeah,
made his whole
the
personality
big
like
beard
super
and
fan.
the,
Kind of annoying.
Very
like
annoying.
Vince is kind of annoying. Like
Nina just got voted out because she's deaf and everyone bullied her. It's fine.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Even
she
Nina, like
bullied her.
Yeah, even Nina kind of gets bullied by like Jen and Haley and
Absolutely,
Joe, which is sad because like
does.
I like Jen and Haley on this season. Jen is another person that like I would love to see play Survivor again.
She's fun TV.
Yeah, especially because she got so annoyed with these people that her sole mission for like 3 rounds was to win immunity if Joe didn't, so that she could give it to Joe so that he could stay to piss them off.
Yeah, I see, and I like that part of Jen. She's fun.
Yeah, so just
lots of bullying, annoying people.
And the last thing I'll say too is that this season in a lot of ways gives me shades of 48, because Sierra Dawn Thomas on this season, it's like every episode she has confessionals about like, oh, like, is it my time to make a move and like turn on my lines? And she never does. And we know why she doesn't, because she wanted to go to the end with Dan and Rodney and she would have won. But it's so annoying where every episode you get like, oh, like this is the moment. Sierra's finally going to turn on him and vote out these gross people. And she never does. And it just reminds me of like every episode on 48 was like Camilla or Kyle or Mitch or somebody being like, is this the time? Like, and then it never happened. So like,
and this
boring.
Just makes it even worse just because they are so
nasty,
hateable, annoying, evil.
Yes.
But it's like 48, they're not going to make a move against like Joe and Eva, who are just like so cute. They stand for so much good. Like it's just great.
Do you remember, this is one of the only times that we got to see raw, unedited footage of a season at the reunion? Do you remember why?
Why?
Like Dan, so in an episode, Dan like calls Rodney's mother a whore.
Oh gosh.
And Rodney gets like so offended by it. And then Dan like came out while the season was airing and was like, that was edited out of context. And at the reunion, Jeff is like, let's show the raw, unedited footage of that moment. And Dan literally just kind of almost out of nowhere says that to Rodney. So they just completely obliterate this man on TV. And it's fierce because everyone hated him.
Epic.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
You can tell that Jeff must have hated him too to put him on blast like that.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Dan's face and his hat and his beard, like he's just so gross to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
his confessional about like bamboo, where he's like, I am a fat guy. It won't stay. When he's like talking about how they're building the shelter.
He's so degrading. Like he's just so stupid.
So gross. He's gross. He's nasty.
And I also just didn't love the Murica like tribe name. I was like, you guys,
my God,
why?
Terrible.
Like just letting Mike. And Mike was the best person to win this season for me. Like the most palatable person to make it to the end. Because Carolyn or Mama C's cool and she's great, but she was more like villainous and aligned with some of the gross, disturbing people. And Mike was just a straight up good guy. He's one of the winners that can like win his way to the end. Yeah. Which is what he did. Like he won challenge after challenge after challenge.
He ties the record for individual immunity wins. He kind of is like a proto Ben in that way. Like similar background of like Southern guy. I don't know if Mike was in the military or not, but like
I don't know.
Similar vibes. Even like Chrissy and Carolyn kind of have similar vibes.
I feel like they would have put it in his bio. It just says he's an oil driller.
Oh, that's right.
He's in the blue. Yeah.
Even Chrissy and Carolyn similar. Like white collar older lady, maybe a little bit unfairly maligned by people.
Yeah.
I remember people being gagged that Mama C didn't get cast on Second Chance.
She would have been great to have come back.
Mike was on the ballot, and they said that if he won, he obviously wouldn't play again. But if Mike didn't win, then Mike would have been on Second Chance too. So the fact that Mama C wasn't on there was
that's wild.
A little crazy. Yeah, I remember people being really shocked by that because I think the people that were the most shocked that they got on, it was like Kelly Wentworth getting on at the time. People were like, what?
Yeah.
And then I also think that Monica from Samoa, people were surprised. I think people thought it was going to be T-Bird and
I remember
Carolyn. And then it ended up being Monica and Kelly instead. So.
Love Kelly. Whatever. Oh, gosh.
Did we lose the light?
We'll just twist her back.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Next season. So
I hate that season.
Moving on to...
They just make me mad even thinking about it.
Yep. So, funnily enough, oh, sorry. I almost skipped ahead. We're at ranked 44. Rank 44. We have Edge of Extinction.
The fact that this was not lower in my personal ranking...
I think this one did have maybe a bit of a discrepancy that we could talk about a little bit because I had this ranked.
Oh, goodbye.
I had this ranked 49th.
Yeah,
and you
I'm
had
changing
this 37th.
No, your girl was not thinking straight. Because when you think, okay, I would put.
Yeah, if we were to do it again,
I might move this one over to 41. And then what would this make? Wait, hold on. And then just move all of these ones up. Okay, wait. You can start introducing this season, and I'm going to move my rankings or else I'm never going to do this. Okay.
For the sake of the pod, we're leaving these cumulative ratings as they are.
Yes.
Edge of Extinction. Kind of an all over the place season. We've got 4 returnees and 18 players total. So we see the returns of Aubrey, Kelly Wentworth, David Wright, and Joe. The twist of the season is that similar to Redemption Island, when you get voted out, you're not out. But instead of it being like weekly duels, it's one person gets back in at the merge and then one person gets back in at the final 6. And all the people that are voted out live together on the island and compete together in these challenges. This season does feature some memorable players because obviously, yes, you've got the 4 returnees. It's where we see Rick Devens. And I mean, I think the cast is largely forgettable outside of those people. I think you could argue that Lauren O'Connell is another standout, and she's the one I was personally rooting for. Yeah, I really
liked Lauren.
The thing that like put the nail in the coffin for this season for me is when she like shits the bed at the end and loses. It sucked. This season...
Wait, really quick. What happened to her at the end?
She plays her idol on Chris. Chris convinces her to play her idol on him.
Yeah.
And then they just vote her out after. And I'm just like, oh my God, girl, you are a moron.
I bet Kelly was just like,
you are a moron for that. And she had kept that idol secret the whole game.
Oh, Lauren.
She was like the Rizzo before Rizzo.
Yeah.
Because... the difference is that nobody knew she had her idol versus Rizzo's known. But she held on to her idol. I think she finds her idol on like episode 3 and holds it until the finale. She held it the entire time.
Could've won.
Yeah, it's actually devastating. This season, the biggest stain on it for me personally, this is just my opinion, is that I already am not a huge fan of twists where people come back into the game after you get voting out. And again, just my opinion. The thing I don't like about this season is that not only does a person that returns from Edge of Extinction win the whole thing, but like production, like in my opinion, like blatantly rigs it for him to happen. Because what happens is Chris gets back in the game at the final 6.
Which is wild.
He is given a hidden immunity idol. So Lauren plays her idol on him at 6. He's just given an idol that he plays on himself at final 5. And then he wins final immunity, makes fire against Devens and goes to the end and then wins. And some people are like, iconic. And I'm like, I can't fault him for playing the game that he needed to play to win. It's more just like, I'm a little bit insulted that the producers thought that would be cool to do, because they like obviously it's not actually rigged because you could get sued for that, but it's just like so dumb.
It feels very
rigged. It's a twist that completely breaks the game, because like these people on Edge of Extinction, they're not playing the game. They're just living there, hanging out. So of course they're all gonna like get endeared to each other and become best friends, and then all vote for Chris to win. Like, I talk so much smack. Like, if I was on that jury, I would not have voted for Chris. But I'm like, if I had spent 30 days with somebody and then I had never even met Gavin or Julie, would I vote for them? Probably not. Probably not. And that's why it's dumb. Yeah, that's why this is a dumb twist. It breaks the game fundamentally. I'm so glad that they only used it one more time for Winners at War. If anything, I don't even think this is really,
I hated it for Winners at War too.
I don't even really think this is like a conspiracy theory, but I think the reason that this twist happened is because they knew that they wanted to do something big for 40, and they were like, what can we do so that we can keep our awesome cast on the season, the whole season? So that's why they made the Edge of Extinction and prototyped it for season 38, so that on 40 they cast all these winners, and now they all get to be on the season the whole time.
Yeah, besides Sandra, which was Sandra, amazing.
So like, I
hate that
this season. The other thing that I don't like about it is that this is the season that, at least in my mind, is where live tribals were the most prevalent, the most annoying, the most obnoxious, the most hard to follow. It felt like there was, and this is not true, I'm being exaggerating, but like it felt like every single week in the post merge was like live tribal, and I'm just like, oh my god, old. I hate live tribals.
Well, man. It gets old, and they get so hard for the viewers to follow.
Yes, and then you're left being like, why did they even go home? Like, I don't even understand why this person left.
We aren't privy to hearing the whispers and like hearing the conversations, so it makes the gameplay tricky to follow.
Yeah.
And Kelly Wentworth talked about this during season 50 on Instagram. She was like, Devins is so annoying to play with and to want to play with, because you can try and be like, dude, I'm trying to work with you, but you're so hard to work with, because he just loves blowing stuff up. Like, he just loves blowing stuff up and like watching it happen. So it's like largely, I think, his fault that he just likes creating chaos and like seeing what people do with it. And like, it's just, it makes it frustrating from the viewer's perspective. I liked David Wright in Millennials versus Gen X. So I liked seeing him come back, but he didn't like do super amazing. I liked Big Wendy.
Yeah.
And I have a little signed like picture from her.
Yes.
So I feel like some of the cast is great. But again, like
all the returnees.
Like One World.
Yeah.
I feel like this one thing can just like cast such a big, annoying shadow over it, where it's like it was so rigged. And Chris, it's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
He literally like played it as he should.
Yeah.
And it's like sick that he freaking convinced someone to give him it. Like it speaks to how likable and how lovable he is as a person. And then it is a cool just baller move to be like, give up your idol and beat someone out in fire. But I don't like fire. So it's just like, anyway.
Yeah, it's a tough season. All the returnees, except for Kelly, like flop pretty hard too.
Yeah.
Like
Aubrey's out.
None of them play so super well. But you know, Chris is hot. Chris was nice to look at.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Can we also talk about
Lauren's hot? Huh? What?
Anyway, we're back. Sorry.
Wait,
we had to talk about something that I did not think was appropriate to discuss on the pod. But I'm sure that everybody
Lauren's
knows.
super hot.
Yes.
I love in the challenge, like I love competitors. Like I love people that really just give it their all. And I can't remember what season this happens in. It's not this season where Joe passes out while they're doing
Cambodia.
It's Cambodia.
Yep.
In this season,
Lauren
passes out in an endurance challenge where they're standing on the thing. What are they doing?
Yeah,
they're standing on like the.
They have to stand on their tippy toes to push a block against a thing above their head. Yes.
And she just goes, I think I'm going to pass out.
She goes, I can't see anything. I'm about to black out.
Boom.
And then falls.
She full on blacks out.
And everybody's like, oh my God. And then while this is happening, Aurora is talking to Victoria and is like, Victoria, I was left out of the vote last night. Like, I need it. And the people on the bench are like, is she really trying to negotiate when Lauren's like on the ground,
literally
like dying?
Passed out, like face down on the floor.
That's another clip.
Crazy.
When people are making those funny edits to the Winners at War song.
Yeah.
They did it with that one. So it's Lauren going, I can't see anything. I'm about to black out. And then when she hits the ground, it goes, Winners at War, coming for more. It's so funny.
That is so. Did you say Josh loves that song?
Yes. Yes. You better be ready. Why didn't we get a song for 50?
I know. That would have been so good.
Can you imagine Jeff coming up with a song? It's like, in the hands of the fans.
And the background's like clapping.
Yeah.
In the hand. Like, yeah, it would have been so good. You got the power. Yeah. The power to change the game.
Okay, let's continue. God, we've already been going for probably like an hour and we're only like 7 seasons in.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Okay. Next, fittingly enough, in 43rd, we have
43.
Survivor 43 is ranked 43rd. So our first new era season, we've got 43 ranked. Maybe like in hindsight, it could go a little higher on a rewatch.
Because if I go like, hey, would I rather watch this or the one that we have above it, which is Heroes, Healers, Hustlers, I think I might rather watch 43.
They both have pretty lackluster endings.
Oh, I would definitely rather watch 43, actually.
I think that this one has a little bit of...
Interesting.
I think I have a bias against... Excuse me.
Do you need water?
No, I've got some down here.
Okay.
I think I have a bias against this season.
Please. 43 or HHH?
43. That I kind of need to work out. Because... It's the only season I've watched where I was completely gagged and in disbelief at who won. We've talked about this on the pod multiple times, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but no. I literally could not believe the outcome.
Same.
Of that final tribal.
I genuinely, jaw to the floor, I was like, this can't be real. Like, is this actually happening? What is going on? Like, it was so confusing. And for me, it also had this big question mark of like, what is the future of Survivor? Like, it was weird. It was this weird like blip in the Survivor timeline. But also I'm like, is it production's fault? Is it an issue of editing too, where Gabler is literally like virtually invisible? And it was a similar reaction to 41 where it's like, Erica, who? So we were like, Gabler, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. 43 is tough. It was a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
But when I do look back at 43 and the cast,
I was going to say
Jesse.
Oh, solid cast.
And Cody.
Yes, like you've got Jesse, Cody, Carla.
I'm going to pull up the cast again.
Noelle.
Noelle, so sick.
Like Ellie is pretty memorable.
Utah.
Gabler.
Yeah, Utah Ellie.
Yeah, like you've got some heavy hitters and quite a few people that I would love to see play again.
Sammy, our Utah boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some hotties on this season. Sammy and Cody both together were very nice. For
Owen
me to look
is
at.
so precious.
Yeah,
Carla, we're besties. Yeah. I love Carla. She's one of my.
Yeah.
No, I hate Carla.
So
I don't hate Carla. That's a complex I have to figure out. I need to rewatch it. I need to like go to therapy and be like, what does Carla reflect about myself that I don't like? Like, is it that deep?
I don't know.
Do I see myself in Carla? I don't know. I just think she's a giant bully.
I would say like this season suffers from, I don't think there's a ton of super memorable moments. The two that's come to mind, I guess, obviously Gabler winning. Noelle.
And him donating all of the money. That's never been done before.
Yeah. Noelle winning the challenge is amazing.
Emotional. I cried.
And then Jesse blindsiding Cody is
iconic.
Quite possibly, even with everything we've seen in the new era, maybe the most cutthroat blindside we've seen. There's ones that are maybe more exciting, like Operation Italy, that I'm a huge fan of. But like the palpable tension and emotion of him ruthlessly slitting Cody's throat.
Yeah, his like best friend in the game.
Is so crazy.
Chills.
Yeah.
Like
actually nuts.
Actual chills.
Actually
and
crazy.
I love like Jesse's story was so compelling for me and how vulnerable he was in like confessionals and him just being like, I am so here for my family.
Yes.
And he clearly was. And he like played so hard and he was playing to win.
Yeah.
And watching him lose in fire, I also cried. There's like those 2 moments that I really, really cried.
Yeah.
Like when Noelle won that challenge and she just like never gave up. When Jesse blindsides Cody, I got kind of emotional. And then when he lost in fire, actual tears.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe this season should be a little bit higher than it is, but I don't know. I think it's fine where it's at because it's not the best of the new era. And it's certainly, there's so many above this season that are excellent. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Jesse should have been on 50 is the last thing.
No questions asked.
I don't know if he was asked or not, but like...
Maybe he was.
So gagged that he wasn't there.
He is so amazing.
He should have been. I really, really hope that we get...
Me too.
Another All-Stars season so that Jesse can have his moment.
Mm-hmm. I hope so as well.
All
okay.
Right.
The next one, ranking in number 42. Holy Moses. We've got to work.
Yeah.
Okay, 42. We have Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers.
Yep.
This season is...
There's 2 words to describe this season. 2
wah,
words.
Wah. Just kidding.
Rigamoris. This season, Done. The thing is that up until the end, I actually, like, the first time I watched it, kind of vibed with it.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing super amazing about it, but it's there's a solid cast. You've got, like, you know, like, Ashley and Lauren and Ryan and Chrissy and Ben and Devin, like people that make it pretty deep into the game that are really interesting to watch. There's some good gameplay, good blindsides. Even the pre-merge, there's a couple of blindsides that are pretty good. But what drags this season down for me, Chris didn't mention Chrissy. Loved Chrissy on this season, not so much on 50. The thing that drags this season down, and this is just my opinion, is that it is another instance of what I perceive as like blatant riggery and meddling by production to help their outcome. Favorite to tell the story they wanted to tell. Because Ben, the winner of this season, he plays idols at like 4 tribals in a row because he keeps finding them. There's been allegations that the idols were always hidden near places where he did confessionals, so it was really easy for him to look for them. I don't know if that's true. It's alleged. I can't speculate on anything. And then the worst part of the season is at the final 4, when they finally have the chance to get him out because he can't play idols anymore.
And he lost immunity.
Chrissy wins immunity because she's a badass.
Well, and he put a letter upside down. Because he was a challenge beast.
Yes.
Like, he was really similar to Mike in that way, where they're like the man's man, the hard worker, and he like is a veteran and has like PTSD and all these things. Anyway, he like accidentally puts a letter block upside down and loses the challenge.
Chrissy wins immunity, wins an advantage that she reads back at camp, and the advantage is your advantage is information. You get to pick one person to be safe and the other 2 people go into forced fire making. And it's like, that's not an advantage. The cast was not told about it prior to the season starting. And of course, it just so happens that the season that they implement this is the season where they have this undeniable fan favorite with the story of being a veteran and coming back and PTSD and protecting his family. No shade to veterans.
Yeah, and he is lovable. Like
but
he's a good guy.
It's like, to me, so blatantly rigged. It's so like it put an awful taste in my mouth this season of like, this is stupid. Yeah. This whole season was for nothing. If we're not going to let the players play and we're just going to rig it for the people we like, then are we any better than any other dumbass show? Yeah. Like, hated it.
Yeah, and it's similar to Chris, where it's like, we're not knocking Ben.
No.
Ben did exactly what he should have done, and he crushed,
and the jury voted for him, and he won. Yeah,
like he got the win. From him,
but it's like,
for sure,
when you get the win, when production rigs it for you, in my opinion, I'm just like, nah, like flop.
Congratulations.
Flop. Also, we're talking themes: heroes versus healers versus hustlers. What the hell were they smoking? That's one of those things where it feels like they were pitching ideas, and Jeff is back in Ponderosa, and he's like, heroes versus healers versus hustlers. And then because everybody's a yes man, they were like, Jeff, that's an amazing idea. Like,
that's it.
Crazy theme.
That's it.
Crazy theme.
Okay, let's start cooking through. In 41st place, we have Fiji. Tell us why.
Okay, so season 14, Fiji. Extremely unmemorable cast, I think, is the first thing that gets in this way. I think the only real standouts on this season are Yao Man and Earl.
And I did love Earl.
Yes.
I love Earl.
There's some unique trivia about this season. It's the only season to start with an odd number of players.
Oh.
They start with 19 players because I believe it's something like literal minutes before the game started, a contestant like had a panic attack and quit.
Oh.
Like literally right before the game started. Her name is Melissa McNulty.
Gosh. Is she okay?
I believe so. But it starts with an odd number. And then kind of just like unlikable cast, unmemorable cast, no real interesting twists, except for the one that screws Michelle Yee, which sucks. This season is cool in the sense that it actually evolved the game a little bit, because
there were a lot of twists, I feel like, from what I remember.
It's not,
or just like changes.
Well, the first twist that sucks is that there was like the haves and the have-nots, where like one tribe,
what, in the Big Brother,
had a super luxurious camp that had like hammocks and this giant wooden shelter, and then one tribe had literally nothing, and of course that tribe loses like every fucking challenge.
What? Yeah, what do they expect to come out of that?
The other thing that's cool about this season in terms of developing gameplay is that this is the first season where it's not proposed. Splitting the vote to get around an idol is proposed in season 13, but the first time it's executed is season 14.
That's cool.
And it's gaggy when they do it. The three I think they were called the Three Amigos. It's Mookie, Alex, and Edgardo are their names.
You're so impressive.
And those men get gagged by that split vote girl. It's fierce. You see them, like, they play the idol and the votes are coming in and they're smiling, and then the votes switch over to Edgardo and their smiles all go, oh, they were gagged. It's fierce. Earl Cole is an amazing winner.
I love Earl.
He was only one vote away from playing the first ever perfect game. He gets one stray vote at the pre-merge from Rita, so fuck you, Rita, for that.
Yeah, what the hell, Rita?
And Earl Cole was in the talks to return for Winners at War, but he didn't come back, I believe, because his wife was like getting ready to give birth, I think is what happened, which is sad. Other than that, it's down this low because it's just not super memorable.
Yeah. At this point, like when you start reaching in the 30s, it's just kind of like, what would I rather rewatch? Who has more memorable moves? Who have more players that I like? Like, what?
I just remembered a funny moment from this season.
What?
There's two moments on this season that have really funny challenge fails.
Okay.
Where there's one where the challenge is they're essentially doing like matching, where like they'll lift up like a cover and then they have to match it.
Yeah.
And there's one part of this challenge where this contestant named Lisi, who I don't feel bad making fun of because she's racist, on the season. Racist on the season.
Okay.
She like runs out there because she like knows what to pick and like biffs it really hard. And it's really funny.
Yikes.
Then there's another challenge where someone's blindfolded and there's a caller. So Yao Man is blindfolded and this girl, Michelle, is on the tower and she's like, faster, Yao Man, follow the rail. You're doing awesome. Follow the rail. And as she's saying that, she is standing so close to the edge of the tower that she falls off and slams onto the ground so hard.
I remember
and then,
that.
Awkwardly laughs it off. And it's really funny.
I remember that. So that is so good.
It's funny.
That's such a good moment.
Anyway, we can say that those couple moments saved Fiji from being lower.
Those are good. Okay, the next one in spot number 40 is the Australian Outback.
Which I think is going to be the first controversial ranking that we've done.
Hot take.
Because some trivia, this is the season that was the most viewed season. It averaged like 30 million viewers an episode.
It's season 2, by the way.
It is season 2. This season for a while, I think this season still holds the record for most returnees, because I think half of this cast has played again. Colby's played more than once.
Let me pull up the cast.
Tina's played more than once. Jerry's played more than once. Kimmy's played more than once. Alicia's played more than once. Jeff Varner has played more than once.
Oh my gosh.
Is that everybody? Yeah. So, Scoopin played. Scoopin. So let's see. So all the people that played in: Kimmy, Scoopin, Varner, Alicia, Jerry, Amber, Colby, and Tina. So yes, half this cast has played again.
That's amazing.
So 50% of the cast has played again. And Australia also holds a unique record that I think was broken by 50. In that every season that somebody from Australia has played again, they make the finale.
Wow.
Because Amber won.
Yep.
On All Stars. Yes, Jerry and Colby were also there and didn't make the finale, but someone from Australia always does. Amber made the finale. Then on Heroes vs. Villains, Colby made the finale. Then Kimmy made the finale on Second Chance.
Oh, dang.
I lied.
Why?
Varner broke that in Game Changers.
Varner, come on.
I lied. Colby, you didn't break it. Varner did. And fuck Jeff Varner for obvious reasons, which we can talk about when we get to Game Changers.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I honestly forget. I see his face and I know it's
I'll get you caught up.
Okay, you'll get us caught up.
Australian Outback.
Oh!
Yes.
Okay,
also,
sorry. Yep,
another piece of unique trivia. Australia is 42 days instead of 39.
I saw that. They bumped it up after season 1.
Survivor was so successful that they were like, we want more episodes, so they made the game longer.
Wow.
So another fun piece of trivia.
Yes.
The person that has the highest average days played is Keith Famey on this season because he got 3rd place. But because this season was 42 days long, I think his average days played is 41, and nobody else will ever get that because Tina and Colby, their average started out as 42, but then Tina and Colby were both on All Stars and then immediately wrecked their average after that.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, Keith.
Yeah. So some fun trivia.
Memorable moments. Scoopin falls in the fire. Has to get evacuated.
One of the most memorable moments. You got Scoopin falling in the fire. You have the flood going through camp and Tina swimming to rescue the rice, which is puss.
Crazy.
It is. I love Tina. You have Colby and Jerry.
Tina looked so good at the 50 reunion, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway.
You've got the beginning of the Jerry and Colby, showmance enemies, whatever. You have Jerry.
You are so funny, Taylor.
You have Jerry being the most reviled woman in America for daring to what's her crime? Being a woman. Being an average woman that maybe got a little horny and a little pissed off when she didn't have enough to eat.
Yeah.
And was literally despised by all of America.
Who are the people that we have in the very bottom of these seasons that did way worse things and nothing ever happened? They were
people
protected.
People are so much harder on women. It's so true.
They drag Jerry through the mud.
For doing literally nothing.
Literally nothing.
If you rewatch Australia today,
you will be shocked.
New viewers of Australia are always so gagged when I tell them that people fucking hated Jerry.
Yeah, they're like,
why? Because reality television villains were kind of a new concept. And now you think of reality television villains and you think of people like Russell Hantz or people on Big Brother, or the Traders or whatever. At the time, Jerry literally is just an average 30-something-year-old woman, and people
who's hot and competitive and has an opinion.
Guts, literally despised her.
Yeah, it's insane.
Literally, nothing.
Jeff was awful to her too.
Absolutely nothing.
He was awful to her. Anyway,
you've got a honestly pretty solid cast this season with a pretty boring, predictable boot order because again, it's just the tribe that had the most people going into the merge just picks the other people off.
Yeah.
I'll say Tina is an innovator because she saw the reception of how people treated. I guess maybe I should save this for her winner thing. I'll put a pin in that.
Okay,
because we're ranking the winners, and when we rank Tina, we'll talk about that.
All right, then in spot number 39. We have Vanuatu.
Yes.
And I truthfully can't really remember Vanuatu very much. And so when I was putting it in my rankings, I have it at 44.
And I had it at what?
I can't remember.
Oh, here, let me pull it up.
He had it higher.
We did have a discrepancy.
And so this was one of the ones we had to like talk through a little bit.
I had Vanuatu at 27.
Huh?
We had a big gap.
Oh my gosh. My notes next to this one, I put, I love Eliza. It was another weird like gender split to start the game. I feel like they did that so often. And then I said, I don't remember it very well. Must not have been exciting. Hee hee.
Okay. I'll do some rapid fire things.
Yeah, that's my rapid fire notes.
I'll do some rapid fire stuff. So, yes, Battle of the Sexes at the beginning. Mm-hmm. The biggest, one of the biggest like negatives of this season is that the women are all fierce casting and the men all suck.
Great.
All the men are boring. All the men suck at Survivor except for Chris, who ends up winning. This season features like the first all women's alliance.
I'm pulling up the cast so I can.
You've got this all women's alliance at the final 7. So it's 6 women and Chris, and the alliance is Leanne, Amy, Julie, Eliza, Scout, and Twyla.
Oh yeah, Twyla.
And you have what I still think is an all-time blindside at the final 7 in Vanuatu. I'll say Vanuatu up to the final 7 is a little bit of a. Mm-hmm. From the final 7 on, those last 4 episodes are puss. Okay. They're fierce. So what happens at the final 7 is you've got this all women's alliance, mm-hmm. and the women's alliance has a very clear pecking order. The women like don't have any subtlety. Leanne and Amy are at the top, okay, with Julie. I need to
see their faces.
And the women on the bottom, Scout and Twyla, are close. They fucking hate Eliza. But all these people come together, they put aside their differences because they're like, we are on the bottom, we're going to get voted out. So these 3 ladies go to Chris, who's the last man standing. And at the final 7, they blindside Leanne. And Amy and Julie are gagged. Amy and Julie are gagged. And then the rest of the season is Chris playing balls to the walls bonker, dismantling this women's alliance from the inside out, and then wins in a blowout at Final Tribal because Twyla, with so much peace and love, Twyla mm-hmm. Tanner was a nasty bitch to everybody on this season, and they hated her. We talk about Final Tribals, and like you want to watch a Final Tribal where people are pissed and angry. Watch that Vanuatu Final Tribal. Okay. Eliza, Julie, Leanne, Amy, Scout, pissed off women screaming at the final 2. It is so fierce. That Vanuatu Final Tribal is so good. Okay. Also, there's an earthquake that happens during this season while Leanne is giving a confessional. Oh. She's sitting there, and then all of a sudden it starts shaking like crazy and smoke comes out of a volcano. And then they keep filming.
No big deal.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. Vanuatu, way better on a rewatch. If you can, like, you have to invest a lot of time because it's honestly pretty boring. Final 7 on, those, like I said, last 3 to 4 episodes, incredible Survivor. Incredible Survivor. So good.
Okay, so then we had Guatemala just above that.
Yes.
And this was kind of like
I was going to say.
Back and forth.
It's interesting that these 2 seasons end up next to each other because they tell a very similar story of an impenetrable alliance mm-hmm. that ends up getting dismantled by the sole remaining person on the outside. You've got Chris doing it on Vanuatu, mm-hmm. and you have Danny doing it on Guatemala. So it's kind of fun that these were put together. Guatemala, super cool location. One of the hardest locations they've ever filmed at. Like mm-hmm. everybody, like so hot, so humid, the bugs everywhere, horrible. But like, they are literally living next to like temple ruins. Mm-hmm. The tribal council set is like tribal ruins. Mm-hmm. They have some fun visuals and set pieces with this season.
And the opener to this season,
the hike,
they have to start with like a freaking half marathon.
Oh yeah, they do like a 6-mile hike, and people are like dying and puking on the side of the road. Yeah. It's literally crazy.
It's insane. So it starts off just like, wow, this is one of the hardest conditions.
Mm-hmm. This is the season where evil Stephanie comes out because mm-hmm. Stephanie and Bobby John return from Palau, mm-hmm. and where Stephanie was like quite possibly the most popular Survivor player ever besides Rupert on Palau. comes on this season.
And then it's like, psych, we hate her.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
She was a straight up villain on this season.
Villainous. You do have, I honestly do think you have a pretty like solid cast of characters. Like you've got Danny, Steph, Rafe, Judd, Cindy, Jamie, Lydia.
I loved Lydia.
This is the first season that features a hidden immunity idol, which is kind of cool. It functions differently, but like this season, like Guatemala and Vanuatu together are.
This is another one where it's like I need to rewatch Vanuatu and then rewatch Guatemala.
Yes.
And see which I really would prefer over the other.
Yes.
Because I don't know.
Obviously we'll just keep the rankings the same.
For sure.
I think these Guatemala and Vanuatu I think are too low.
Really?
Because there's seasons above this that I would say like this is a bad season of Survivor and I would way rather watch these. I think these two are low. I'm just
gonna highlight the ones where we're like, we're a little bit unsure.
Because Guatemala I had at 28 and you had it 43rd, which was another big discrepancy. I think that Vanuatu and Guatemala are examples of Survivor seasons that are like perfectly serviceable.
Yeah.
They're not the most exciting. They're not the most interesting. They don't have the greatest winners, the greatest cast, the greatest moves.
But it's like good gameplay.
It's just like, good Survivor.
Good, clean Survivor.
Yeah. This Guatemala does have some funny moments I'm remembering. Like Guatemala has Judd yelling at Margaret about having ADD.
My gosh. Yeah.
You've got the scene where Cindy keeps bragging about winning a new car and saying that she's not scared of the car curse. And that makes everybody want to vote her out. And then when she gets voted out, she turns around and is like, I'm going to have so much fun looking at the stars through the sunroof of my brand new car. Like, cannot let it go. Can't let it go. And then you've got, at the final four, they like do this ceremony where local Guatemalan like priests do a ceremony with chickens. And they leave the chickens there. Like, it's like cooked chickens that they've like put in a fire.
Yeah.
And Lydia is a native Guatemalan and is like, you're not supposed to touch it. And Stephanie is like, I'm not letting good food go to waste.
Yeah.
So they eat the chicken. And then whether this is clever editing or actually happens, like as they're doing that, a gigantic storm hits their camp. And then Stephanie's like, it's funny. It's just funny.
So funny.
And Stephanie, the last thing I'll say is that, again, Final Tribal, you want to watch someone get dragged. We love seeing Stephanie get dragged by Devins on 50. Watch that Final Tribal of Guatemala because they all take a piece of her. They all take a piece of her. By the end, Steph dragged through the mud by her hair by those people.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
And Danny's so fierce.
Yeah.
Like, we love Danny.
Oh, love Danny. Devastated at her Winners at War experience.
Yeah.
I am a Danny Boatwright stan. Don't even play with me. Josh's only exposure to Danny is Winners at War. And one time he was making fun of her and I was like, say one more word.
Yeah, try
Say one more word about Danny Boatwright in this house and I'm going to fuck you up. I stan that woman. I love her. I love her so much. She came out with that pink hat.
Oh,
that pink cowboy hat and she ate everybody up.
She's a queen.
Love her.
Yeah, I do love her. Okay, then in 37th place, we have 41, which you all know our thoughts on 41. Exciting players. We love Shan. We love Ricard. We love like a lot going on.
Way too twist heavy.
Yeah,
that's the biggest
really
thing.
Twist heavy.
41 is quite possibly the season that I would call the most uneven season of Survivor ever. Because when 41 was good, I actually think it was really, kind of amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then when 41 was bad, it was really bad.
Yeah.
And most of the time it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because there was way too much going on, super lopsided edits, weird editing of the winner where they keep her basically invisible. We get to the point where there's like very few memorable challenges.
Yeah.
Alicia has mentioned like the cast is great. That's one thing I think we can say about the new era is the casting has been so fierce.
It's been so good.
Lots of good casting.
And I think that is what really can make or break a season. Like just having such a good cast.
Yes.
And 41 had that.
Yes, 41 had that. You got one of my favorite moments of the new era is the knowledge is power blunder by Liana, where she's like, "Do you have an idol, Xander?" And he's like, No, but you can have this fake. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
And I'll still say, the episode where Shan gets blindsided, cinema. The editors cooked with that episode. It was so good. Yes, very lopsided season.
Yeah, they were figuring things out.
I really hope we get a returnee from 41 at some point, because they're the first new era. I've already mentioned so many times this pod, would love to see Shan again. Yep. Would love to see Ricard again. Would love to see Evie post-transition. Would love to see Erica on like an all-star season. Would be so down for some returnees.
Yeah.
From this season.
Great season.
I think it would be fun. Yeah. 41 might age better on a rewatch, because I've only watched it once.
Yeah, we might need to. Yeah, we'd have to rewatch that one.
Yeah.
Lots of Survivor to watch. You're never running out of stuff to watch.
Never.
In 36th place, we have Caramoan. Sorry. Yes. So, Caramoan.
Season 26, Fan versus Favorites 2. This season is the epitome of like lopsided casting, where almost all the fans are,
I'm pulling up the cast,
boring here, and like completely interchangeable with each other. Where like I couldn't tell you a single thing about any of them except for like memes from over the years. Like, yeah, you've got Eddie and Reynold, you've got Sherry, you've got Shamar, but then you have like,
I don't remember anyone.
Tell me anything about Hope or Allie or Laura.
Matt, Michael Snow.
Michael, we just know that he's gay, and Corinne liked him because he was gay. That's all I know about him. We know that
she was obsessed with him. Yes, I remember.
We know that Julia is a NASCAR driver, and Julia, there's an eternal meme online about her that Julia is less interesting than vanilla ice cream because of Cochran's confessional, where he's like, some people might say that Julia has a vanilla personality, but like people actively seek out vanilla flavored things. I don't think anybody's clamoring for anything Julia flavored, which is so crazy.
My gosh, from John Cochran.
Yes, so crazy. You do have I think the post-merge is a lot better than pre-merge. You have some fun blindsides. Like, you've got the three amigos, like, double idol play. And Philip leaves, which is fun. You've got Andrea being the first woman to get blindsided with an idol. You've got the brutal Brenda blindside. You get Eric getting medevaced in the finale. You have Cochran.
What happened to Eric?
I can't exactly remember. He gets medevaced. Did they give him medicine and he was allergic to it or something?
Oh, that would suck. You can keep chatting.
I honestly can't remember. But you've got Cochran playing a perfect game, which is, cool to see. You have Dawn playing what I think is one of the most underrated returnee games. And again, because she's a woman, just gets completely destroyed for it. Like, they all lambast her for like being fake and lying and crying. And it's like, okay, sure. But like everybody was lying and being fake the whole time. Why are we dragging Dawn for doing it? Like,
no, it's true.
It's so dumb.
She gets completely dragged.
Unfairly maligned. Then you've got Brenda being nasty, like making her expose her teeth. On TV.
That was crazy.
And not only you have Brenda doing that, you have Brenda almost winning fan favorite that season for that. And I'm like, ew, America, you want to reward that kind of behavior?
No, not gonna lie. I am someone that wanted to reward Brenda. It's not okay. Because like when I watch it, I'm like, that is straight up like evil. Like, that's so mean.
Yeah, it's so
But
nasty.
Brenda was so pissed off because she was like, girl, I was there for you and you turned around and used it.
Brenda, it's Survivor, girl.
I know.
Grow the fuck up. Like, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to say it. Like, obviously, if you're there, it's different. But I'm just like, oh my God, Brenda, you did the same thing to Andrea. You lied to her and voted her out, girl.
Yeah. I think where
yourself.
she felt it was just like different with Dawn. And I like literally am just defending Brenda, but it's like in freaking Island of the Idols where they turn around and use this like, and I'm not saying this was the equivalent or anything near sexual assault or like harassment or whatever, but it's like they could flip it around and use it as gameplay and be like, it's just gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I feel like, what people are saying to Brenda. Like, chill out. It's just a game. But she was like, that moment was way beyond the game. So since you chose to like betray that and it's not as big of a deal, go ahead.
I guess.
Like, show them. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I looked it up. What happened to Eric is just after the Brenda vote, he had to be medevaced because he was like in a severe physical exhaustion, starvation, and dangerously low blood pressure. He was getting really, really lightheaded. He was disoriented and just kept saying, my head hurts. So they took his blood pressure and it was like dropped to a dangerously low level due to prolonged malnutrition.
Wow.
So they had to just pull him because it was like, okay, we don't want you to die. Anyway.
Last thing I'll say about this season is that the casting for this season is very odd because I do think you get some true favorites in like Brenda and Malcolm and Eric.
And I love John Cochran.
Yes. And people love John Cochran now. But then like some of the other casting, it's like Brandon Hance, Cochran,
oh my gosh. Wait,
Dawn, Philip, Francesca.
Is this the season that Brandon Hance loses his mind?
Like
he straight up wanted to fight.
Yes.
Is that the one where Jeff is like, okay, you need to come here?
Yes.
That is insane.
Yeah, Caramoan is another one of those seasons that's like oddly kind of dark.
It's really dark.
In some ways.
My laptop's going to die, so I'm going to grab my charger really quick.
Okay, we can pause. The last thing I was going to say, I was talking about casting. We were talking about Brandon. Like, the casting for this season is just like really odd. Like, to me, imagine like if the cast for this season is something more like... So you keep Eric from the original Fans versus Favorites because it's fun. Like he was a fan, now he's a favorite. You keep Corinne from Gabon. But then like what if you had one person from like every season from like 16 to 25? So imagine the cast is something like Eric, Corinne, Stephen Fishback, Shambo, Brenda, and then like Andrea and Cochran and Sabrina from One World and Malcolm, and then maybe throw in like one more random person.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that would just be like really a way more interesting cast. Like, why did we get 3 people from Redemption Island? 3 people from South Pacific, and like none of them were With Peace and Love favorites. Like, it's funny that Francesca came back, but then they like voted her out first again, which is like so funny. But like
so rude.
So yeah. Like,
that is actually shocking.
It's so gross. And what's crazy is that it caused issues in real life because like Andrea and Francesca were in the same circles in New York City. And Francesca was like kind of gagged that Andrea did that, and it like led to some friendship fallouts afterwards.
Oh, that's one where I'm like, okay, that's straight up mean.
So
like
crazy.
That is actually
it's so mean, but it's like so funny.
Because they basically were all like, well, she's been voted out first.
I'm not going to get voted out first again. If I get voted out first, I'm going to eat this rock. It's not going to happen. And then she got voted out first again. That's so funny.
That breaks my heart for her. It is funny. It is funny. It's crazy to watch them collect. Like, it just shows how people will literally do anything if it's not them.
Yeah.
They're like, well, she's already been voted out first before. Like, I guess it won't hurt her.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's
so
funny.
Insane. It's so insane.
Okay.
Absolutely insane. Okay.
All right. Next on the list, we have Survivor South Pacific. We were just talking about Dawn and Cochran. This season is...
This is spot 35.
Yes, 35. I think that this season is one that for a while, people were like, ew, this season is horrible.
That's how I felt about it.
Over time, its reputation has improved because... It is a very interesting season because, yes, it's pretty predictable after a certain point because it's just one tribe picking off the other. But the way in which it happens is kind of interesting because you kind of see, and I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit, but like you kind of see like the almost transparent and blatant use of religion to manipulate and keep people loyal to a cause, kind of like a cult.
I can't remember it very well because I remember it being a season that I was like, I really don't like that. And also, Brandon Hance comes back in this one. Does he lose his mind in this season?
No, this is his first season.
Oh, duh. This is his first season.
Yes.
Because this one's season 23. Okay, yeah. This is his very first one.
They've got Ozzy as the captain on one tribe. Coach,
yes,
the captain
that's
on the
correct.
Other. They brought Redemption Island back.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so remind me about this religious slant.
So... There's 2 tribes. There's, hold Hold on.
Hold my hand.
Coach's tribe is hold on.
You don't want me to tell you.
Savai'i is Aussie's tribe.
Yes.
Is it Upolu?
Yes.
Okay. Savai'i and Upolu.
You're like, I can't believe I almost forgot that.
On Savai'i, there's a pretty solid alliance of like Aussie, Jim, Keith, Whitney, and Dawn. And then Cochrane is like the 6th edition.
Added, yeah.
Then on Upolu, you also have like a group of 6, but the difference is that Coach is very like into like, we're a family, we're all in this together, and he like leads them in prayer before challenges. He leads them in prayers to look for idols. He leads them in prayer to go search for an idol as a tribe, to search for an idol that he already has. He already has it. And Sophie, the winner of this season, has a confessional where she's like, I don't feel as gross because I'm not the one speaking the prayer, but it feels, I don't know exactly what she says. I'm going to like generalize, but she basically is like, it feels kind of uncomfortable and a little gross to all be holding hands praying to God that we'll find the idol, while I know and Coach knows that the idol is in his bag right now.
That is slimy.
Like, kind of gross.
No, that's very gross, villainous behavior.
The pre-merge is actually pretty fierce because it's literally just these 2 tribes ping-ponging back and forth wins. It's a very even pre-merge. You've got some good drama on Redemption Island with Christine, who fucking hates her original tribe and like talks smack every time. You've got Stacy delivering one of the greatest speeches in Survivor history. So Stacy, she's on Upolu, she's the black lady.
Okay.
And when she gets voted out, Coach tries to lead everyone in giving her hugs, and she like shoves her way through them because she's like, I didn't want the hug because it's not real. And then this quote that she says when she is on Redemption Island, I have to read it out. Survivor South Pacific, Stacy. Yeah, here we go. Okay, and people on Reddit are so funny because people on Reddit always they always type it out with all these emojis. It's so funny. So I'm going to read it.
Okay.
So she's on Redemption Island. She's making fun of Coach. And this is what Stacy says like after Jeff, because she calls Coach Benjamin because that's his birth name.
That's his name.
And Jeff is like, Stacy, why are you like, what's this with Benjamin? And she says, what's his name? What was his birth name? It wasn't Coach. It was Benjamin. And, you know, their children, 26, 22, they're over there listening to all of Benjamin's Halloween jokes, Chucky the Cheese jokes. They want it. He going off loyalty, got them feel, oh, Benjamin, you so loyalty. Come on now. Every day he got a story and I wasn't buying it. No. So they treat, like yesterday, the tribal was all cahoots. Benjamin, let's give a hug. Keep that hug. Boop. For me, because it wasn't real. That's like exactly what she says. And it's so funny. There's so many funny moments on this season.
That's
like
funny.
Semhar, when she's on Redemption Island and she loses the duel, she like breaks out into spoken word poetry.
What?
That I also feel like I need to read because it's funny. This season is low-key funny.
Okay.
Let's see. Survivor South Pacific, Semhar. Yeah. Semhar poetry. She says, so she's like comforting herself and like speaking. And this is what she says after she says, there is not one thing that I wouldn't do for this man. I would take off my clothes and put on a private show to the tunes of my soul because he's all that I need. I would give birth to 10 of his children with no drugs to ease the pain and then give him one more because our love is so insane. There is not one thing that I would not do for my lover, my best friend, my honey, my boo. I can't wait to meet him. She says that after losing a duel. Like, and everybody just sits there and then Jeff is like, is that some spoken word you're doing?
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
That is crazy.
Yes.
That's wild.
Then you get to the biggest moment of the season, which is, sorry, I'm talking a lot. Last thing I'll say is Aussie, Savai'i loses an immunity challenge, the one they presume is right before the merge. And he tells his tribe, vote me out because I am confident that I will win the challenge and get back in. And then we will go into the merge 6 versus 6. He's crazy. Like, that's what we have to do. So they vote him out and he does that. He wins the challenge and gets back in. So we get to this tribal, and it's 6 Savai'i versus 6 Upolu. And these bitches are ready to go to rocks. Everybody was so into it.
That's so cool.
And Cochrane switches his vote. Cochrane gets seduced by Coach and Sophie, switches his vote, and then is lambasted the rest of the game by Savai'i. He gets back to the beach and everybody's like screaming at him, saying, get the fuck out of my face. Whitney's like, you, in her accent, she's like, you disgust me. I'm trying to do a southern accent. I can't do it like her.
I can't.
You disgust me. Yeah, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And then
John freaking Cochrane.
Yeah, and then the rest of the season is boring because it's literally just them picking off all of the Savai'i people. And then Sophie wins.
That is wild.
And Coach gets dragged at Final Tribal. And apparently didn't learn a single lesson.
Nope. Didn't learn a single thing.
So.
And that is where the Aussie coach thing begins.
Aussie coach rivalry began, correct.
Okay, in spot number 34, we have Survivor One World, which is season 24.
Yes. This one's
very different for us.
I was going to say, this is another one where we had a huge discrepancy.
Yes.
I rated this season. This is the biggest discrepancy on this chart. I rated this season 44th out of 50.
It's my fault.
Alicia rated this season 22nd out of 50. So that landed it in the middle at 34.
Here's the thing, though.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at this list, too, that I have created.
Okay.
I'm seeing, like, Survivor even 42, 45, 44. I put One World above that. And when I'm looking at it and thinking that, I'm like, girl, I am a lunatic. And it's because I am obsessed with Kim Spratling. I would love Kim. Literally die for this woman.
Love Kim.
And something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And I completely understand that.
Kim is maybe the only redeeming thing about this season. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about a boring cast. You want to talk about deeply unlikable contestants that are mean, nasty, vile, vicious.
This is the cast.
You've got Colton and Alicia being so disgusting. Colton, who has, learned his lessons, hopefully, on this season, is openly racist against both Bill, a black man on his tribe, and Christina, an Asian woman on his tribe later. Like, utter foolishness and nasty behavior from those two people.
Nasty.
You have people that had absolutely no idea what was going on, to the point where Kim everybody was going to take Kim to the end and lose to her. Mm-hmm. And props to Kim.
They're obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her.
Strongest winning games ever. And we'll talk about that when we rank the winners. But my God, the twist of the season is honestly so interesting. And they'll never do it again because this season was such a flop. But the twist of the season is they do yet another battle of the sexes. It's the third one. But they all are living on the same beach. And I would love this twist again. Mm-hmm. I just don't think they'll ever do it because One World was such a flop and everybody
It's like, imagine that happening on like 50.
Yes. Imagine it happening on any season that wasn't One World, because everybody on One World, with so much love and respect to these contestants, was a moron. Everybody was so dumb. Mm-hmm. You do get... This season randomly has a lot of returnees because Monica Culpepper was on this season and then returns on Blood vs. Water. Kat's on Blood vs. Water. Colton's on Blood vs. Water. All three of them return.
Come back?
Troyzan comes back for Game Changers. Brad Culpepper comes back. Yeah. So this season random... And then Kim is on Winners at War. So 6 of 20 people return. So over 25%.
Of an honestly terrible cast.
So there were apparently enough bright spots to pull from them again. But this season, with so much respect, is bad. This season should be so much lower than it is. This season should be
this season should probably be in spot 43. Just above Edge of Extinction.
I think you're exactly right. That's probably where I would put it too.
Yeah. I'm when I really just sit down and I'm honest and I'm not trying to be biased because of how much I love Kim.
Yeah.
It probably deserves to be down there.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to make that change. We probably should, because that's absurd.
Yeah. For the sake of this podcast,
for the sake of it, we're going to leave it there, but we'll make changes.
Bad.
Next one we have above that in spot 33 is All Stars.
Yes.
This one we also had, I think, some thoughts about it.
Well, yeah, this is another
season
one.
8?
I had All-Stars. Yes, it's season 8. I had All-Stars at 46. Oh, I lied. This is an even bigger discrepancy than One World. One World was 22 spots apart. We had this 26 spots apart. I had All-Stars at 46. You put it at 20.
We had to take a brief pause because my camera was like 10,000 degrees as we've already been talking for 2 hours. But listen, there's so much to say about all of these episodes, and we're almost done.
Yes.
But we're going to continue taking our time. It's just going to be a long episode, so just make your way through it.
Yes.
At your pace.
Yeah, multiple sessions.
Yeah, multiple sessions.
So we were talking about All-Stars.
Yes.
And this was the season that Alicia and I had the biggest discrepancy on where we rated it. I had it at 40. I think I said 46th, and you had it at 20th.
See, and I think I would attribute this to me going through this really, really fast and not actually sitting down and thinking about it.
Okay.
Because when I do look at this and I'm like thinking about All-Stars, I would put 44, 45, and 42. And possibly Borneo and the Australian Outback above All-Stars. Which would put it at like 35 on mine.
I had All-Stars at, like I said, 46. So I had it like at almost the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, I might put it actually at 40.
Yeah.
Because, I think it would probably end up about 40. I think what made me keep it up so high is just how iconic the live reunion is. I just can't help myself.
It is an iconic reunion, like Rob and Amber getting married. Engaged.
Yeah, sorry.
Rupert winning $1 million.
Yeah.
Jerry getting booed off stage.
Oh, no. Yeah. That was hard.
Gets booed off stage for saying what? Gets booed off stage for saying this is a show about entertainment.
Yeah.
And trying to make the point that like things are edited certain ways for entertainment, and she gets booed for saying that.
Can we make a live change and actually put it just above Edge of Extinction?
You want to make a live change for All-Stars now?
Yes.
So you want to move All-Stars
all the way down where below 43.
And then what about One World? You want to move One World?
One World
down
would have to go
too?
down too. Because I just am checking my delusion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think we could make the live edits, and I think All-Stars should stay above One World, don't you?
Sure. So let's.
Did you have it above One World in your ranking?
I think I had One World like 1 or 2 higher.
Oh, really? I think All-Stars still would be above it a little bit.
Okay, so we need to.
I'm like live edit, live change.
Yeah, we can go ahead and take care of that on the computer.
Yeah, we'll take care of it in a minute. But just when I sit down and actually think about it and like talking through everything, it's like, okay, let's jump into All-Stars, right? Because that's apparently above One World. Amber and Rob just destroy everyone.
Yeah.
I like Lex.
Yes.
I like Lex a lot in this season. Yeah, Rupert winning. I'm like, what are some... I can't even think of all the amazing things that happened. Let me pull up
So there's... Honestly, the reason I had this season so low is there's a couple of reasons. So number one, it suffers from what a lot of All-Star seasons of Survivor suffer from, in that all of the big names go out early. You lose all the winners, Rob C., Colby, and Jerry, like so early.
Tina's out first, Richard Hatch.
Yes. And then the merge with Peace and Love.
Ethan, gone.
The merge is a bunch of like, I mean, it's not randoms because it's like, you know, but like when your final set of people is like Boston Rob, who got 12th on his first season, Amber, who before this season with Peace and Love nobody remembered.
No.
Rupert, who everyone loved, great. Jenna Alicia, Big Tom, Sheehan, like it's like who's left. It's kind of like the final 5 of 50 at that point. And this season is really dark in a lot of ways. We already talked about earlier. There's an incidence of sexual assault on this season where during a challenge, Richard Hatch.
That's bad. It's bad.
Doing the challenge naked and like rubs up against Sue Hawk, and she quits the game because of it.
Yeah, it's not okay.
This is also the season where Jenna Maraska quits to go and be with her dying mother.
Yes.
And people are like weirdly bitchy to her about it. Like,
oh my gosh.
Alicia makes a comment about like, I would have never come out. I would have never come out and done this. Kathy is like saying, Jenna's mom is dying of cancer. And Kathy says like Jenna's attitude is becoming a bit of a cancer in the tribe. Like, people were just randomly, like, really nasty in a lot of ways.
Deaf.
You've got, like, Alicia and Sheehan fighting. Like, honestly, the only bright spots in the season, yes, are, like, the Boston Rob and Amber showmance is cute. Mm-hmm. And then one of the best moments in Survivor is Sheehan winning immunity.
Oh, yes. We've talked about this moment.
Because she was going to go home.
Yeah.
It was a whole alliance against her.
Yeah.
And she won. And she like gleefully rubs it in all of their faces, and Alicia tries to be like I can't remember exactly what she says because I don't want to misquote her, but she says like essentially saying something like, because Sheehan wins and Sheehan's like, woo, take that, take it, and Alicia's like, oh, like don't get all high, and Sheehan's like, listen, I needed this, I don't care.
She's like, I knew I was going
Alicia,
out.
Alicia had the audacity to try and be like, oh, calm down. And
like,
it's
humble yourself.
Yeah, girl, you were going to vote her out. Shut up.
Yeah,
like, yeah, just kind of a nasty, season.
And honestly, anytime Boston Rob plays, he's a bully. Like, he is a bully.
Yeah.
And I think what I enjoyed about Traitors is that we got to see, like, the strategic Rob.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of Rob's play changed when he had kids. Like, he just became more of a soft, like, and if you watched Deal or No Deal Island or Traitors or whatever, like Winners at War, he still kind of played the old school, a little bit of a bully way.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's just a bully, and Amber won in the end because no one wants to vote for Rob.
I mean, it was 4-3.
Yeah.
Rob almost won.
Yeah.
But
he didn't.
The tea behind that is Sheehan. She was the deciding vote from what I heard for Amber, because she was like, I think that Amber, her game is probably a lot smarter than what we saw. And allegedly, Sheehan was quoted as saying after watching the season, she says that she should have voted for Rob.
Ooh.
But, yeah.
I mean, I do feel like Rob, just ran it. And Amber's his number 2. She's just his right hand woman. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's a good season.
Yeah. So
it's fine.
We've made a live edit. So even though All Stars we said was rank 33, it's now going to be, I believe, rank
43.
I think it'll be 43 because we're taking All Stars in One World down.
Yeah.
To be.
So would it be 42 and 43?
Something like that. It's in the 40s. It's low.
We'll post it.
Yeah.
We'll post it.
Next we have Survivor Africa. This season is one that didn't start off with an age divide twist, but quickly became divided by age, where at the time it was the boomers versus Gen X were the age divisions. So that's like an interesting kind of piece of history to watch. This season is also the first season to feature a tribe swap. So that was kind of novel at the time. This season also is the only season where the castaways were low-key in danger all the time because they were literally just living in the middle of the African bush and had to have like guards around the perimeter where they filmed to keep like predators away from them.
Like actual lions and hyenas like circling their den, and their camp is it's just in the middle of nothing, and it's just sticks, like pokey sticks, like out literally nothing, like protecting them.
The water they shared was shared with wildlife, and people made jokes that it was like full of elephant shit. Yeah. Because like elephants would go in there and like clean themselves and stuff.
Oh, Disturbia.
Yeah, kind of a wild season, and a season that is maybe along the same lines as like Guatemala and Vanuatu, where there's not a lot going on. Yeah. See, it's so funny.
Well, and it's season 2. So it's like, I feel like
season 3.
Oh, sorry. Season 3, because Australian Outback is 2.
Yeah.
I feel like the game is still like evolving and finding its place and finding players. And So they're like figuring things out with like alliances and who's where and yada, yada, yada. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Africa's another one that like to me, it feels like it's kind of high on our list, but it's getting to that point where it just feels like a lot of these seasons not necessarily blend together, but like they're all kind of just like wishy-washy in the middle where there's nothing super amazing, but nothing super terrible.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine where it is.
That's where rewatches would be fun.
Yeah.
But I do remember some iconic moments.
Like he won't eat the ham.
Yeah. Because Tom, they are doing the auction and Tom and Ethan end up getting a item together. Mm-hmm. And they reveal it. And, well, Tom's like, Jeff, I'm going to kill you. Like if it's something gross. And then there's pork on it. And he's like, I'm going to kiss you. And he's pointing to Ethan. He's like, he's a Jew. He won't eat it. And Ethan's just like laughing so hard. Like it's so cute. And I love Tom. Yeah. And he's one of the people that has like lost the most weight on the show ever or something. Anyway, so there's that moment. There's the moment where they drink blood from the cow. Yeah. If you remember that. Yeah. Yeah, the like location just being super, super brutal. Yeah. Didn't they do tribe swaps too in this one?
Yeah, I said earlier like it was the first one that did a tribe swap.
Yeah. So it's like there was some exciting things.
I think the tribe swap this time was it was just like two people just like go to the other tribe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's like in the middle it gets hard because it's like I feel that determining factors to move it either down or up is just, was there anything like damning on the show or on the episode? The season. Yeah. Or like super dislikable people. Africa didn't have any of that. It's like there wasn't anyone that was super hated. Yeah. Then you have some lovable people like Ethan, Tom, and Lex. Yes. I loved Lex. But other than that, it's kind of like, yep, it was a good season of Survivor. Yeah. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. There's not a lot to say about Africa, and I don't think that's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah. There's not a lot of things to say about Survivor Africa, I should say.
Yeah.
Also, can we just talk about how, once again, Survivor kind of perpetuates that thing of, like, everywhere else in the world, you'll call it, like, Survivor China, Survivor Guatemala, but we called it Survivor Africa.
An entire continent.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next on the list at rank 31, we have the Amazon. Mm-hmm. The Amazon was the first Battle of the Sexes season. That was the theme. So it was women versus men for the first time. I have a couple things to say about the Amazon. Number one, this one it's really hard to rewatch because it's aged really poorly. All the men are pigs and disgusting and gross. And the edit really plays up the Battle of the Sexes. So there's so much content that's like the men making inappropriate comments about the women, the men saying like the women can't do this, the men making fun of the women for doing or saying this. So kind of gross. Definitely a product of its time. Yeah.
Rob Sesternino says that he won't let his kids, won't let his kids even watch the first season. Yeah. Because they're like, we don't want them to see what it was like. Yeah.
However, this season is also really funny. There's a lot of funny moments on this season. And there's some pretty interesting gameplay. It's maybe the first season that features like the ping-ponging between alliances. Like Rob Sesternino kind of pioneered that. Yeah. Where every week he would just kind of go back and forth and ping pong. So he was a bit of an innovator in that way. This season is also interesting because the results of the Amazon were leaked. It wasn't the first season to be spoiled, but it was the first season to be spoiled at that level. Yeah. And as a result, to try and mask the spoilers, they give Jenna Maraska an edit where she is deeply unlikable to the point that people were so gagged when she won. She had the most dominating win of Survivor. At that point, she won 6-1.
That's wild.
And I remember seeing this in action because my friend has been watching Survivor chronologically. I guess she started a while ago. But when she got to the Amazon, she was literally so shocked that she was like, I don't even understand how Jenna won.
Like what
explain
happened?
To me what happened. Yeah. And I was like, bestie, like it's an edit. Like this is, I'm not trying to read you. This is the first time that you've fallen for an edit because Jenna was extremely well liked by her cast.
Wow.
She won so 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna also won quite a lot of immunities. Mm-hmm. You know, beat Rob and voted him out. So like obviously deserves to win. So like the Amazon is like, it's funny. Like I said, it randomly has a bunch of like extremely low budget challenges, which are kind of funny on a rewatch. This is also the season where like Jeff offers peanut butter to like the women who strip, which is like really kind of like odd and gross and weird.
Not good.
The jury, the final tribal of this one is really funny. There's a lot of people that ask funny questions. There's a conspiracy theory that like one of the jurors like didn't realize that she was voting for a winner, which I don't think is true.
Yeah, I'm like, girl,
but people say it's
no
Christy
way.
because Christy hated Jenna and then voted for her to win, and people are like, Christy, it's probably a bit ableist because Christy's deaf. And people are like, Christy must have misheard what happened because there's no way she would have voted for Jenna.
But it's like, maybe she wanted to vote for the person that she knew was going to win because obviously,
Yeah. So anyway, ridiculous. The Amazon, it's okay. It's another one of those, like, it's okay. It's a product of its time, but I do think that it's funny and you'll have a good time watching it.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever.
Okay. At rank 30, we have, oh, sorry. I didn't even really let you say.
No, that's great.
Okay.
You literally said all that I had written down. Yep.
Next, we have season 46. Mm-hmm. Season 46 is a season that, and I'll just be so honest and say that I'm like a little bit, I don't know if hypocritical is the right word, but like while it was airing, I like kind of hated it.
Yeah.
While it was airing, I kind of hated it because it was so tough every single week to watch. Because I was convinced in my mind, like I was like, Charlie's winning.
Yeah.
Like Charlie or Maria is winning. Like their winners edits are so obvious. I, with peace and love to these people, did not like either one of them. I didn't like Charlie because he had no personality except for Taylor Swift. And I didn't like Maria even before all of the controversies with her later in the game because I
thought she was boring.
Just thought she seemed kind of fake and bitchy. Sorry. Like, and so I was like, I hate this season because all of the people that I think could finally like shake things up keep getting voted out with idols in their pocket, and it's pissing me the fuck off. I was so mad to see like Hunter, Tiff, Venus, like, I was like, this is awful. Then we get to the end and like Liz helps Kenzie in the challenge to get Maria out. And I was like, okay, that was kind of puss.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
And then we get to the final tribal and Kenzie wins. And I recognize that if we're looking at the strength of their game, I think there's a good argument for like Charlie should have won, but that's Survivor. The jury votes for who they want to win. And I'm going to say, in hindsight, having time to sit with this season, and no, it has nothing to do with the fact that Kenzie was my winner pick. Nothing to do with that at all. I have warmed up to this season so much.
Yeah.
And I would love to rewatch it. I was a hater while it was on, and now I'm kind of a stan.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to rewatch it too. I think it would be a fun rewatch.
Yes.
Because
great cast. Disaster cast.
Yeah.
So many messy. Liz. Q.
Venus.
Bonu. Venus.
I love Venus.
Messy players. Messy players.
Jelinski.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Messy.
The Jelinski's crazy.
Messy players.
I forgot about Jelinski. He goes out first.
40 several.
Bonu. You know who needs to take a note from Bonu's book? Jonathan.
Yeah.
He should be there to win hearts.
1 million hearts, yeah.
He needs to be there to win 1 million hearts.
Have you seen that statistic that's going a little viral in the Survivor community because of Aubrey's edit? Bonu had more confessionals in 4 episodes than Parvati did on her winning season.
No.
Yeah. Bonu had 35 confessionals in 4 episodes and Parv had 34 in 14.
Disturbia.
Yeah.
Disturbia.
Isn't that scary?
Yes, that is scary. That's very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a fun season.
It's
like,
funny.
It's a good season.
Funny. This season is so funny. Yes.
Like,
so memorable.
Yeah.
Like the Applebee's meltdown is so funny.
It's so good.
This season for the new era is also pretty light on the twists. Like they really let the players play, which I loved. We don't really have too much like Rigamorous, Mario Party, whatever. and it's fierce.
Yeah, good, clean.
I think this season is... I think this is the part of the list where we're starting to get to seasons that I'm like, basically everything I'm going to say is at least good.
Yeah. Well, and what makes it hard is like, oh shoot, is this one actually like higher or lower? Like, I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. It gets so tough.
It does. It does get tough. It does get tough.
So we have season 46 ranked at 30.
Yeah, this is another one we had a pretty big discrepancy on though.
Yeah.
I had 46 at 23. You had 46 at 41.
Okay. I moved it though.
You're moving everything around.
That's because I made it so fast.
Where would you put it now?
I still would have put it pretty low.
You would?
I would probably put it in like the low 30s.
Okay.
Maybe.
That would bump it up a couple spots probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would put it in the low 30s because it was like good.
Yeah.
It really was good.
Yeah. All right. Next.
That's what happens when you make the list way too fast. That's what I'm saying.
That's okay. We live and we learn.
So I was just like making it. I'm like, oh shit, Taylor's going to be here. Like, blah, blah.
That's anyway. Okay. We're good.
Okay. In spot 29, we've got season 44. Mm-hmm. Some of the new era, I'm just like, okay, wait, I have to think through this. This one is Jam Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tika 3.
Tika 3 is... I love the Tika 3.
Yes.
So much.
The Tika 3 might be my favorite new era alliance.
Me too.
And that's both a positive and a negative for this season because in a positive, it's like Carson, Jam Jam, and Carolyn are all so amazing. Like,
so amazing.
Lovely personalities. They all have beautiful stories to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Great gameplay. Amazing underdog story of like their tribe getting decimated, coming in and just dominating and going all the way to the end together. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side, it's like the Tika 3 are so amazing and the rest of this cast is just like I think maybe potentially hot take.
Matt and Franny.
I think that the 44 cast is the
worst,
weakest new era cast.
I think that's true.
So many flops. I'm so mean. But just like so many people on this season just do not give. They're boring, unmemorable, bad at Survivor. Like, sorry. I'm not saying I would be good.
No.
I want to make it clear. I'm not saying I would be good, but like so many people on this season are so bad at Survivor and have like no memorable moments at all.
Yeah.
Literally the only other two people that I think anybody would even name are Matt and Franny because they got into like a cute showmance.
Yeah. Like Heidi, I feel like.
Yeah, but even Heidi, like she was just there and then like traded immunity.
She made a record-breaking fire.
I mean, good for you, Heidi. It got you one vote at the end. I hope it was worth it, girl.
No, definitely. And it's like, I think that's what makes her memorable. But other than that, it's just like the Tika 3 show.
Yes.
And it's a show that I would watch.
Yeah.
And it's a show I loved and enjoyed. I loved Jam Jam.
Yes.
Carolyn is so sweet and precious. Yeah. And I love the relationship that they all have.
Yeah.
And like Jam Jam helping Carson, with the fire. Like, it's just so sweet and so cute. This is a side tangent on Jam Jam, so I guess we could talk about it later. But he pissed me off on Traders. Yeah? That's all I'll say.
Why?
Well, he just encouraged, like, turning on all of the Survivor people. He, like, had zero loyalty to them. He's like, we should get out Rob C. He's smart. I'm like, Jam Jam. Give the people what they want.
Rob C. going out was... like actually devastating.
No, it actually made me want to be sad. Like, I don't even want to watch anymore.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah. Carolyn was incredible.
Yeah. 44 beyond that, like I don't think there's a ton of memorable stuff that happens. Like, couldn't really tell you a challenge. Couldn't really tell you much about anybody else. Like, I know that like Matthew, the redhead, he like falls off that rock and has to get medevaced.
Yeah, he destroyed his shoulder.
Yeah.
He had like tons of surgeries after.
Yeah.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's okay too. Okay, next after...
There wasn't another medevac, was there?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah.
No, Bruce. And the very first challenge, remember? He gashes his head open.
Yes, that's
there
right.
is. Yeah, there was 2.
Yeah, Bruce cuts his head open and then... Yep.
Okay.
So there's 44.
In rank 28, we've only got 3 more for this episode. Mm-hmm. In rank 28, we have Survivor Gabon. This is probably... Survivor Gabon is one that people either love or hate. Like, so it's funny that it ended up in the middle for us because like, this is a season that if you go online, people are either like, it's the greatest shit show ever, or it's a horrible season of Survivor.
Do you love or hate?
I kind of... Okay, here's the thing.
I like enjoy it. That's the thing.
Survivor Gabon is the first season I watched in full as a child. The first episodes of Survivor the first episode of Survivor I ever saw was the final 6 of Micronesia, where Amanda plays the idol to save herself, and it was puss. But the first season I watched in full was Survivor Gabon. And so I'm going to admit that, like, I probably have a little bit of nostalgia flowing through my veins.
Yes.
Because we would DVR those episodes back before streaming existed, kids. You could record episodes of television, like, through your TV box.
You had to.
And then go back and watch them later. And I would just sit at home and rewatch, like, every episode of Survivor Gabon on DVR, like,
that
constant.
Is so cute.
I probably watched this season as it was airing, like, 9 times. Because I would just watch it over and over.
So then refresh the memory a little bit, because I remember enjoying it and that it was a hot mess.
The reason, so I was going to say, the reasons that people love or hate this season, the reasons are the same. And it's that this cast, with maybe like 1 or 2 exceptions, had no fucking idea how to play Survivor. Like, if you lined up every cast and ranked the cast cumulatively on their, like, strength as players, I think Gabon is, like, sitting at the bottom with, like, One World and Redemption Island. All of these people were so bad at Survivor. That's the first thing. The second thing is that, kind of like we've been joking about on 50 of, like, oh, like, look at this final 5. No. Gabon's final, like, 6 is, like, actually a nightmare. Like, when you look at the people that made it deep into this game, you've got Crystal Cox, the queen of the 4 Bs, brains, bronze, beauty, and blazing speed.
That's right.
You've got Ken Huang, I think is his last name, who's like a professional Super Smash Brothers player. You've got Maddie, who was like the most normal of these people, and I can't really say anything bad about him.
He's a professional
You've
trainer.
Got Sugar, who is a pinup model and an unemployed, uneducated leech on society, according to Corinne. You've got the icon, the legend, the moment, Jesusita Susie Smith, who I stan. And then you've got Bob Crowley, who quite literally falls ass backwards into a win.
I've met him, by the way.
Yes. This season, so I'll say some positives. Beautiful location. They film in Africa, in Gabon again, but this time where they're filming next to these very serene waterways. And they have these, like, pre-made huts that they sleep in. Like, beautiful landscape shots. One of the prettiest places I've ever filmed. The challenges in Gabon, again, nostalgia, whatever. I think they are fierce.
Yeah.
They are fierce. There's so many memorable challenges to me in this season that are so good. I absolutely love the challenges this season. They have Exile Island, which I if we're going to have some kind of twist related to finding an idol, I love Exile Island the most. Exile Island is really fun. They add a little twist with it of, like, you can look for the idol or you can eat. They keep sending Sugar to Redemption Island, so it doesn't end up mattering. And then
Sugar.
The positives about this season kind of end there, depending on who you ask. The thing, like I said, people don't know how to play Survivor on this season. There's, like, 2 exceptions. You got Marcus, who gets the most obvious winners edit to ever winners edit ever, who gets ruthlessly blindsided at the final 10 after a fake merge, and it's crazy. It throws the game into a loop. And who does the blindside? Jesusita Smith, and she was so fierce.
Let's go, Susie.
Then you have Sugar, who low-key plays one of the most, like, relentless, cutthroat strategic games ever, but does not get rewarded for it because nobody likes her. Like, the word I keep saying this episode is, like, oh, this is the proto this is the proto this. Sugar is low-key the proto Russell Hands. Because every time that Sugar was like, this person should go home, that's who went home. Every fucking time.
Let's go,
Every
Sugar.
Time. And she was the swing vote, I want to say maybe like 7 times. And she always picked the person who went home.
Yeah.
Every single time and never got a vote against her.
That's amazing.
Ever. She kind of ate. I know her heroes versus villains appearance makes people be like, what the hell?
Is she? Yeah.
She ate.
Yeah.
She ate on Gabon. And her not winning Gabon, I understand. Her social game was shit. Nobody liked her. But like...
Then how did she end up on the hero tribe?
Because her thing
just
was
like
that she fought against the people on Gabon that were nasty, like Corinne and Randy, and championed Bob. Because Bob reminded her of her father who died.
Yes.
She has that beautiful scene where they bring her dad's ashes to Gabon and she like scatters them there.
I
listen,
forgot about that.
Gabon is a good season. Okay, I'm on the side of like, yes, it's a shit show. You're not going to get good gameplay.
Yeah.
But it's fierce.
But who said that's what made Good Survivor?
I think Gabon is fierce.
Yeah. Because it can just be entertaining to watch people fall apart and figure it out.
And you do. One of the funniest seasons of Survivor ever. It's so funny. You've got Jillian on the Fong tribe, this old British lady
I need to look up Jillian.
who the first episode, she's talking about how you can like drink elephant dung because if you squeeze it.
Oh my gosh,
And everybody in the camp is like,
oh, she's so cute.
We've been here Randy's like, we've been here for 10 minutes and she wants us to eat elephant shit. Like, it's so funny. This season is so funny. I think Gabon is exactly where it needs to be, right in the middle, because it's not amazing, but it's not terrible.
Funny.
But Gabon is so funny. It's one of the funniest seasons of Survivor ever. So good. I'm obsessed with Gabon. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's so good.
That is so great.
It's so good.
That is good.
All right.
I like it.
Two more. And then we're done with this episode. Okay. Rank 27th is Survivor 48. I think we had a discrepancy on this one.
Yeah, this one we felt different.
I had 48 ranked at 34th. You had it at 25th. So almost 10 places difference. I've made my feelings about 48 pretty clear on this podcast in previous episodes, in that the post-merge is a total snooze fest, made worse by the fact that the editors chose to edit every episode as if it was suspenseful and like people were going to make a move, when in reality, nobody in that group, that final group of 6, was ever going to turn on each other because everybody knew they would beat Joe and Eva at that.
It was the worst tease that they could have done to us. So it really was.
It makes it so hard to watch. Yes, you brought up there's some great moments. Like the pre-merge of 48 is like kind of a disaster, but like in a fun way.
In a fun way.
You've got Say and all of her shenanigans.
Yes.
The crazy tribal with like Say and Cedric.
I was so sad when Justin went home.
Yes.
Because he's like the pizzeria manager. Yes. And I feel like he has to come back. I want him back so bad.
One of the worst twists ever, where he and Bianca lose their vote by literally rolling dice, playing Mario Party. Bianca gets blindsided by that.
California Girls.
Yes.
Yeah, Thomas. I love the California Girls.
That's a great episode.
That's such a good episode.
That episode is great.
So good.
Yes. Another positive, you've got some good eye candy on this season from the men. You've got Joe, who I've said many times I think is a beautiful man. David, Kyle, Shaheen, who I personally think is one of the hottest men to ever play Survivor, and who on his Instagram last week said he posted a reel where he said, "This is one of those days where I feel like I should just quit my job and start an OnlyFans." And you better believe I said,
and you said, do it.
Yes, please.
You said follow your dreams.
Please do. Please do that. Please do.
Thomas was handsome too.
Thomas is handsome. Yeah.
Kevin.
48.
Went home.
40. Oh, Kevin was cute.
Yeah, he was cute.
Yes. You've got some beautiful men to look at on this season, which is great.
I love Star.
The cast, there's
Star.
Some great cast. Yeah. Star, Mary.
I love Say too. She's crazy and I love her.
TV.
Love Mary.
Yes.
And I love Mitch, like his moments.
Yes.
And I love like the education around people with speech impediments and the stutter.
Many good moments like that, with Mitch, with Eva about having autism.
Yeah, so cool.
Camilla and like Kyle and Joe talking about like race impacting the way that they grew up.
And they talked about how they were both like formerly incarcerated and what that has been like.
Listen, 48 has a lot of good parts. It's just when you put all those parts together, it's kind of like a pretty I think that, here's what I'll say. I am of the opinion that 48 is probably way better when binged. Like if you watched 48 in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Imagine watching the post-merger 48 over the course of like 7 weeks. And every week it's like, they're finally gonna get Joe and Eva, and then nobody ever does.
Yeah.
Ever. And then we find out after the show that the edit was completely misleading the audience.
I think that's just the painful part.
Yes.
It's the misleading, the deception.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep.
Why?
So.
And I get it, because it's what made for a more interesting story.
Yep.
And I think Kyle is such an excellent winner.
Oh, such a strong game.
Such a strong game.
Yeah, he ate.
And he wasn't playing against people that were dummies.
No.
Like anyway, I love him. I love him so much.
Yep.
So there's 48. You know our thoughts.
Yes. And then rounding out, rank 26, the last season we'll talk about on this episode, the halfway mark of our ranking, we have Survivor Game Changers.
Yes.
An all-star season. You'll see that with a couple of exceptions, seasons that have returning players tend to rank pretty high. And Game Changers kind of starts that trend because every full all-star season, with the exception of all-stars, is like in the top half or right below it, like Game Changers. Game Changers, so the theme, we are going back to themes because we haven't had a themed season for a minute. The theme here, this is stupid too. The theme is like
I agree.
People that changed the game. Half of these people, like if anything, I think if they wanted to call it Game Changers, what they should have done is they should have done 2 tribes. One tribe is like game changers, they change the game. The other tribe is people that need to change their game. So you have one tribe that's like, you know, Suri, Sandra, Tony, Malcolm, Sierra, Ozzy, Aubrey, all those people. And then the other tribe is like, you know, Zeke, Michaela. Like, I think that at least would have fit the theme better. But you know, regardless, Game Changers is another season that I feel like can be pretty divisive in the fan base because there's honestly like a lot of pretty exciting gameplay. I think the post-merge of Game Changers is honestly pretty exciting. Fierce.
Yeah.
What makes it hard for a lot of people is the boot list is pretty brutal because besides Jeff Varner, all the people that go home pre-merge are like the huge names of the season. You lose JT, Malcolm, Tony. Sandra, Tony, Sierra Easton, who else goes
Caleb.
home? Caleb. Oh, okay. Yeah. Caleb, whatever. Him too. He was like, whatever. With peace and love.
With peace and love. Glad you didn't die on Corona.
But there's some really solid gameplay. Sarah is definitely not the most entertaining winner, but she plays, I would say, almost like basically a flawless game. So strong. The edit kind of robs us of the villainous side of her and kind of just makes her seem very like flat. I think this season would be a lot more well received if they leaned into, because Sarah says like, last season I was a cop and this time I'm a criminal. And I feel like if the edit leaned into highlighting
be a criminal,
yes, because like for example, one of the big things that happens that we don't see in the edit on this season is near the end of the game, Sarah enters into an agreement with Troyzan and Brad to go to the final 3 because she knows she can beat them. And Sarah says we should all give each other collateral so that we don't turn on each other. This woman convinces Brad Culpepper to give her his wedding ring. And she says straight to his face, if you betray me, I will throw your wedding ring in the ocean. And I'm like, why didn't we see that? That's like so much more interesting to watch than just like a million confessionals of Sarah just like talking really flatly about what she's about to do. I'm like, lean into the criminal side of it. That would have made this season so much more fun.
That is wild.
It's crazy. There's more stuff like, you know, leaning more into like her manipulating Sierra to give her the legacy advantage and lying about the vote. Like she ping-ponged between alliances like so flawlessly and nobody caught like.
Aubrey has talked about Sarah's game in Game Changers. I can't remember when she was saying this, but she said watching Sarah play that game was like so amazing and astonishing from a social perspective because she had the most strong, like, one-on-one relationships with everyone.
Yes.
But that makes it hard to edit.
Yes.
And hard to portray.
Yes.
When she's doing so much work, like, under the radar in one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like, one-off conversations.
Yeah.
But Aubrey was like, it was scary how much she freaking owned.
It was scary.
It was scary.
You know, so other positive highlights, any season with Suri is a delight. She puts up a great showing here. There's the beautiful, that some people find corny, but the moment that makes me cry of like her getting up on the beam and finishing after struggling in the challenge. I love that moment. People think it's corny. Don't care. That is a very powerful moment to me. You have honestly like really controversial, sad moment of Varner outing Zeke as trans. Beautiful to see Zeke's tribe rally around him and be the ones to be like, that was messed up. I cannot believe you did that. That was so gross. Zeke, we love you. That was powerful. I think especially because at the time of Game Changers airing, we had just entered the first Trump presidency. And there was a lot of feelings about that we won't get into on this pod.
In 2017.
But I think that seeing a moment like that on television was very, very important for transgender support and visibility. And obviously the producers like made sure it was cool to air and everything. And Zeke was fine with it.
It's a tough thing to watch and it is cool, but
it's one of the toughest, like hardest to watch things I think that has ever been on Survivor. Yeah. It is so bad.
And Zeke feels, you can just watch him be so physically uncomfortable and clearly want to run away and crawl into his skin and be like, I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
And then Jeff, you can't defend his behavior at all, but you can just see him then keep digging the shovel and just like digging his grave. And everyone's just like, Jeff, shut up. Like, stop talking.
Yeah.
Like, literally stop. That was not up to you to share. Like, it's one of those things where, oh, this is a really, really big, like, outside of Survivor thing coming into Survivor. And you can't make it gameplay because Jeff tried to say Zeke is being deceptive because he's hiding this from all of you and I've known it from like, whoa, like it's just so alarming to watch.
It is
so alarming to watch.
Yeah. This season also features Advantage Get-In where Suri gets eliminated by default, which is like
one of the worst moments in Survivor history.
Like, production lived for that moment. Genuinely one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So devastating.
Yeah.
So annoying. So awful. Absolutely hated that. Made me so mad. Yeah, Game Changers, like I said, it's kind of a mixed bag because there's a lot of people that it's cool to see again. There's also like a lot of random people where it's like with Peace and Love, why were you cast? Like, why did we bring back Haley? Why did we bring back Sierra?
Haley's confusing. Where's
Sierra
Haley?
Dawn Thomas. Caleb got brought back because of medevac.
Oh, Hallie? Is it Hallie or Haley?
Haley.
It is Haley.
From Worlds Apart.
Yeah, okay.
There's just like quite a few like random people that are like brought back. You get to see more like Crazy Debbie moments, which is fun, I guess.
I love Crazy Debbie. I love Michaela.
I was going to say, Michaela's a highlight. Her and Suri's relationship is fun to watch. Game Changers is one that I think I've warmed up to more because obviously when I first watched it, I was like, oh, this season sucks. Like, fuck it. Especially because like the other thing I would say, I know we're about out of time, but like Sarah's winners at it is so obvious too. I feel like if you know what to look for, like the first time I watched this season after my mission, I called Sarah as the winner at like the final 11.
You're like, yep, she's got it.
So obvious to me that she was winning. On a rewatch with Josh, because my boyfriend hadn't seen it, we watched it like earlier this year for the first time. Last year, because we were getting ready for 50. On a rewatch, it was a lot better than I remember. I think because I could like prepare myself for some of the more BS moments.
Yeah.
And it was like a fairly enjoyable journey, kind of like 50, honestly, where like it's pretty fun. And then it has kind of a lackluster ending because it's like, oh, the final 3 being like Brad, Culpepper, Troyzan, and Sarah. Like, okay. Yeah. But honestly, like leading up to it, it's pretty good.
It's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch this one because this is one that I know I've only watched once. So it's hard to like remember all of that through. So I'm like, oh, I would love to rewatch it because it is like great players.
Yeah.
Good gameplay.
Yeah.
Like apparently Sarah crushed. So it's always fun to watch someone like play so well, especially when you know they're going to win. And it's like, okay, you can't spoil the boot order for me. Yeah. So like, it's cool to see it and watch it and think about it from the production side.
Yeah.
Of like, they know what's coming and I can bear what's being pieced together. I can bear Suri getting advantaged out.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So it's like, okay, good season.
Yep. And with that, we have reached...
Oh, yeah. I was like, and the next one is... But that is the end. I was just going to keep going.
We've reached the midway point of our rankings. This is almost a 3-hour-long episode, so we appreciate your patience. At the next episode, we are going to do the same thing. We're going to rank seasons 25 all the way up. Or, I guess, the 25th ranking season all the way through the first. So we will have that for you in a couple weeks when we get to film part 2.
Yes.
In the meantime... tell us what you predict might be our top season. What do you think we have at the top? What do you have at the top? How do your rankings of all 50 seasons maybe differ from ours so far? We would love to hear what our audience
I want to hear people's bottom 5.
Yeah, tell us.
The bottom 5, the top
Everybody's
5.
bottom 5 is Edge of Extinction, Redemption Island, Island of the Idols,
Island of the Idols.
Yeah, literally.
They're rough.
But yeah, give us your hot takes. Do you think Gabon is a top 5 season? Do you think that 46 should be at like the bottom?
Yeah.
You know, let us know what you're thinking.
We're open to hear it all.
Yeah, we appreciate you watching. Honestly, this was like one of my most favorite episodes we've done yet.
It's fun to record.
Just because there's seasons that I'm sure that you and I probably haven't talked about in depth until today.
Until this moment,
like, we're Survivor super fans, but like, have we ever talked about Survivor Fiji? Have we ever talked about Survivor Vanuatu before today? So it was really fun.
It was really fun. It was so much fun. And it's like, any episode of or any season of Survivor is a good season of Survivor. Yes. Like they're great.
Yes.
Like it's just a treat to have. But when you do experience the highs of episodes that we're about to get into, it's just like they are unbeatable. Like it's so good. And I have also been impressed with the new era when I look at Survivor big picture.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in us covering a lot of the new era and talking so much about new era, it's like, oh, but old Survivor this, old Survivor that. And there are certain things that we miss so much. But do I miss the sexual harassment? No. Do I miss like the blatant misogyny of things? Like, no. And there still will be some of those things. But no, it was so much fun. I want to hear everyone's rankings.
Yes.
And save this episode. Tell us what you think. And join us for our top 25 episodes of Survivor.
Seasons.
I keep saying episodes.
No, it's okay. We're tired. We've been talking for like over 3 hours at this point. Yes. With that, the queens have spoken.
The queens have spoken.
And we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.